Hello everyone and welcome. Hope everyone is doing alright. Welcome to everyone in chat so far. How's everyone Friday going? Just getting last few bits set up and we will be away for Slate. Just making sure my audio is working. Hello everyone and welcome. Hope everyone is doing alright. Oh, a bit of double audio there. That's how I check my audio. Right. Hello ladies and gentlemen, how are we all doing today? Welcome everyone in chat. Hello to everyone who said hi in chat. Good to see you all here. We'll get the stream starter off as we are already up. Turn off the controller over there for now. Oh, I've opened up Razer. Whoopsie. That's going to ask me to load things now. As always guys, chilled out Friday stream. Goes hand in hand. After a long week, just chilled out, just have some fun, no stress, just relaxed, nice bit of lo-fi music on. What's on the old live GP? So, I'm not going to do the Ask one because it's already 8:10 nearly, so I've already missed most of that. We'll jump in at 9 o'clock for Sepang, so as always, I think we nearly every Friday we do one in the stream, but we're actually going to do a bit of training. We're going to do the MotoGP Academy. I want to try this out because I've seen some people talking about it, and I want to actually try it out. That's a really cool livery with the black monster logos. Welcome everyone joining. Hope everyone's doing alright. Prove that you are a MotoGP legend. Right. Chat, start off, we're going to do a few of these. Oh, it's different riders, different tracks. That's not a bad idea. Probably should do a series on this, but I feel like it's a waste of time. So I'm going to leave you pick a track. All 7 or 8 of you in here. Pick a track, guys. Any track. We're going to see can we get a few gold stars. I've yet to do one of these, so I don't really know what is in store for me. Mandalika. How long am I doing YouTube? See, it's not a direct answer to that, Logan. It's a bit of a tricky one because I started this channel with a friend of mine at the time, and we went our separate ways. And the channel got put on hold for about 4 years, where it was just idle. So the easy answer is probably for about 2 years now. Maybe I've been doing it, but the channel has been around for about 7 years, if that makes sense. But yeah, chat. Whenever you're ready, pick a track, we'll go and see what it's all about. If I don't get a response, Milano, I presume you Misano, so that's where we will go. Where is Misano? Okay, who is Misano Pecco? Oh, it's Bezzecchi. Allora. The Spanish one, forgot the name. Misano, yeah, exactly. I managed to twig it from your Milano. Right, the first sector begins. Oh, it gives you a little demonstration of the track, so you need to do it in 24 seconds. Cool. So we're going to the final few corners. Tramonto, that's not Tramonto, that's Carroll. No, is it Carroll? I think it's Carroll. Jeez, my brain is fried, guys. Five Guys and Fried Guys. You didn't see anything, chat. You didn't see anything. Oh my god, what is he doing? I've been told this is actually quite hard to do, that it isn't as easy just bolting in, doing them and getting out. But I want to try and do our best. Starting off with a good track from you, Misano. I love Misano. Having been here in real life, it's always been in a special part of my heart. As always, silly breaking physics, making me go really wide. That's really tame on the brakes. That's a corner cut. I'm going to keep going, see what the lap time would have been. 24.4 to beat, 24.7. So we're a million miles off that still. So we're going to go again, but I was so bad into what would be turn 4, I believe it's called Rio. Christ's sake, he's already invalidated a lap. Bezzecchi. Come on, man. Don't do that again. Thank you. You don't live too far away. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, it was so cool being there. Oh my god. I'm so bad. The year I went was 2019. He's invalidated again. I told this is a massive issue, that the fact that they just write off the track. But back to Misano, yeah, I went there in 2019, so it was, Rossi still was a front runner then. He wasn't probably as good as going in 14 or 16, we could say, but he was. Oh, you reset your traction each time. It's a nightmare. I'm gonna put it to 3 because it feels like there's less grip. But yeah, it was a special experience because I went to Tavullia and went to the Ducati Museum in Bologna. Got some lovely meatballs in Bologna. It was a nice place to be. Italy is such a lovely country. Nearly every country I've ever been to, I've felt homesick pretty much straight away, except for Italy. I could live in Italy for all my life, and we've done it. First actual attempt, so 1 down, 3 to go, I think. So yeah, we got gold. Love to see it. But yeah, I've also been to Silverstone, but nowhere near as good because Silverstone's an old airfield and you're a million miles away from the track. Oh, at the end you have to do a complete lap. Oh, that's cool. There is no plan ready for the stream as well, chat. We're just gonna take it as it comes. I've already done this pretty badly. Boom, done first time. That was pretty bad, but we still managed to do it. Ah, shabalala. Oh, well, I'm gonna have to do sector 1 again because I pressed the wrong button because I'm a doofus. Yeah, Mugello, I've always fantasized about Mugello, but I've heard that it's up the mountains, the travelling is really hard and the roads aren't great, so it's kind of, in a way, what you expect, because it's one of the most popular races of the season, and it's one of the best tracks in the world. That you'd imagine that has to be some downfall of it being in the mountains. The roads are terrible up there apparently, so it's a beautiful circuit. I would love maybe someday to go there, but we'll see. You never know what the future holds. But like I said, Misano in 19 was a little bit settled. Yeah, there, welcome dude, welcome to the stream. I'm doing good, man. It's Friday night, finished for the weekend, so yeah, can't complain. Alright, sector 3. That is through Corvone, through Tremonto, all the way down to Caro. So we start here at Corsa. What is my favourite track? Jerez in Spain. Misano would be a very, very, very close second. Oh, I hate each time the way they reset your traction. When I was in here in 19, I was just on the outside of that corner there. 23-0, 23-3, so even with a terrible mistake in it, we made to beat it pretty easily. So, sector 4 now, and then we probably have to do a whole lap by the look of it. So yeah, 132 through, that's not too bad, I'd say. Funnily enough with Misano, never used to like it until 2017, 2018. And then when I went in 2019, after that, absolutely loved it. So where's the start point? Here it is. Okay, turn down the traction. Try not to bin it in Caro. Into turn 15. The run to Misano corner, and then the run to the line. Stop sliding. Up to line, 20.1 to beat. We did not do it. We're way off. That was pretty poor. Can't lie, so definitely not do it again. Yes. They really need to allow you to change the setup in this mode. It'd be so much easier if you just come in with like nicer setup. Why is that bike having a little head shake for no reason? Don't think that's a second better, or is it? What? How am I going to find that much time? That is ridiculous. My orange juice is gone. Oh no. I'm going to give it another couple of goes. That was really hard to beat, I imagine. Already down on my eye. Alright, we time through the penultimate. Good exit. I don't think it's going to be enough still though. No, so we're getting closer, we're getting there. Isle of Man TT best track? Yeah, the TT is in its own bracket. TT is just special. It is a special place. It is outrageously special. You just have to tip your hat to the lads that do it because they are clinically insane. So 10 to beat it, so this is actually quite tough. Didn't think I needed to sweat this hard. That was a good attempt as well. I just need to find a 10 somewhere. I felt like the harder I pushed the slower I went, so now I'm just trying to hit my markers and that's helping, but it's quite hard to do still. I think the bright height device is actually kind of triggering a weird moment with the way it sits down. It kind of kicks in with the anti-wheelie. It's weird. It's just when I put it down, I feel like I just lose a bit of time. All right, kind of try it a couple of times. It's annoying when I can't get it. Gonna get it though. I have no choice. We'll be here. The whole stream will be just this one. Just this track until we get it done. Shit. Oh, I got away with it. Should do it. Yes! Come on! Haha! Now I have to do the whole track. Oh man, Jesus, this would take a long time to do a whole lot of these. Lost a friend of mine there many years ago. Was a sidecar passenger. Been a couple times. Very special place. Yeah, most people have been know someone they've lost there. It's scary, but it's sad to hear. But everybody goes there. That race is just absolutely mad about the place, and yeah, it's a tragic place really if you think about it. How many people go there and don't return, but there's just something about it. It's a bit mystical. Why is this even called the San Marino GP? I believe it's because it's second to Mugello, which is the Italian GP, and you can't have two, so you can't, like, if you think of it, they have the Spanish GP, which is at Jerez, and then you have the Catalan GP, which is at Barcelona. So you have different names. They just call it San Marino. It's very close to San Marino. No, it's not in San Marino. So I don't really know. I believe that's the reasoning behind it. But it'd be okay. Thanks, Bezecchi. No problem, dude. Thank you. I don't really know whether to call it the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix, like the way they do it in Milan and stuff like that. But yeah, it's always been known as the San Marino GP. Oh, we crashed. We stayed on. All right, here we go. Full push lap on my own. full concentration. It's been an okay lap. Again, I hate heavy braking zones on these physics. As soon as you really try and get the anchors down and get hard on the brakes, the bike just becomes a brick and does not want to turn or react well to your inputs. Where are we going? Just into that lap, I'd imagine. No. Oh, I shouldn't have put on the right height device there as we're coming into the fast corner on the calendar. Dab a brake before I get there to get it to turn off. Apparently it's still on. What in the hell's going on with the bike? I have no rear grip now. This has been such a messy lap. Physics are so bad. It's ridiculous. Into Misano we come. We're hardly still going to do it, are we? We're hardly still going to do it. Oh, we missed out by a tenth. Yeah, we have so much more time in this. And I still have not done career mode, would you believe? I was sick actually for a lot of this week, so career mode was put in the back foot. A lot of the content that was put out was just like the live GP, was just get on record, very minimal editing, and go from there. I've noticed, right, since the new patch, rear grip on the GP bike, no, because I've yet to play anything else other than GP bikes, the rear grip is a lot less. So what everyone was doing at the start of the game life cycle, I know it's only out like 2 weeks, but in the opening 2 weeks, everybody was just turning traction up to 1 and trying to turn the bike like that. Now, if you do that, it just spins like mad. So, again, understeer. Ah, we're down. Stupid bike. Okay, he's ruined it again. So now you have to run a bit more traction, which means the bike turns even less. Braking is still the same. Everything else is the same. The throttle, unfortunately, is the same. I've seen the work they've done in Moto 3 in terms of the graphic. It's not very good. They've made quite a few mistakes, so the update isn't the best actually. A lot of issues persist, unfortunately. The fact that it says it'll improve stuttering and not fix it is really worrying. Why they can't just absolutely wipe it out of the game. Good exit there over Bezzecchi from Bezzecchi. Bezzecchi breaks Bezzecchi. Does Bezzecchi go wide? But Bezzecchi does. Bezzecchi comes underneath. Bezzecchi's also on his outside. Bezzecchi needs to remember to brake earlier as Bezzecchi went really wide last lap. Like so. Bezzecchi's got the run on Bezzecchi. Once we don't mess up the last 2 corners, this should be comfortably it. Up the line we come. 31-5. So well beaten. Well beaten in the end. We get the full gold at Misano. Bellissimo, we get the full set. That is this one done. So track, next one, another one. I could do Horet. I reckon I could do Horet really easily, but I'll leave chat. I'll leave chat pick. So pick another track. We'll do that, and then what time is it? Yeah, we'll probably do this one more track, and then we'll probably get into the live GP lobby and get we'll get set up for the live GP at 9 o'clock at Sepang. I'm a bit confused why performance is much worse than 22 when it looks to me pretty much exactly the same. My CDAP solid 60 FPS all time 1080p. To get that now I have to run 720. That is crazy. To be honest, I don't know what they've done either to make it so much more demanding on. All I can think of is that it's not optimized very well, and it's heavily not compiling correctly, and a lot of issues like that. So, it's quite strange to see it make very, like, I wouldn't say graphically it looks any better. So it's very strange to see it become so much more heavy on PCs. Apparently on console it's not too bad, but it's definitely scaled down. So right, we're gonna do Sokol as requested, even though I despise this track. It is so bad and it's gonna take me forever to learn the circuit. So he said Armadillo and I had clicked on no. Alright, gotta do it. So sector 1, probably should look where the sector goes. I don't even know. This will be a learning curve, chat, as I'll have to learn as I go. But I'm looking forward to Sepang in a minute on Light GP. Do like Sepang. Alright. Why is like the anti-wheelie kicking in, man? Alright. 19.6 is what we're looking for. Ah, 19.7. Alright, well, we are way short on breaking into turn 1, so we'll make up a lot of our time there. We'll have our... Oh, it's 19.0! Jeez, we're miles off, so lads. Christ. My tab's only a tenth. Again, why is it... Is it the... Must be the right head device that's causing that. At least I've done it now, I actually know where it goes. Ah, 19.2! That's gonna be so hard as well! Why did it make these so hard? I meant to learn, like... Alright, we'll have to... Jeez, I don't even know how I'm gonna find another 2 dents. Lads, how are we gonna find that time? Alright, no right height device this time, so you can actually just get a drive out of the corner this time. Oh, that's so much better. Well, it's any Kirk, I do not know, but let's see what we can do. Oh, KTM, gas, whatever you are, calm down. Oh, I went slower that time. Lads, that's impossible. You've reached the end of the sector at a too high speed or falling the ground. Yeah, because I'm trying to cheat to get to the line, OVE. Ridiculous. MotoG Academy? No, unfortunately, it's only just a GP class. It would actually make sense if they put in all of them, but too much work for Milestone, so no, we did not get it, unfortunately. How the hell am I going to find like 3/10 of sector 1? What? Lads. It's esports levels nearly. Alright, screw this one up. $19.4 that time because I tried to take the normal route. Oh. Where am I going to find nearly half a second in like 3 cars? Alright, well I have a new record now, so I'll have a ghost to chase. But even like that, I don't see where that time is. Oh, good, dude, you're good. I had a feeling when I saw Sokol, I was like, oh, that's going to be terrible because they'll have very little data of the track, so they won't know how quick to go. So they're going to be either really easy or they're going to be ridiculous hard. So we might struggle to get gold in this one. Yeah, that's gone, that one anyway. No way is I getting that stopped. I feel like I lose so much time with the throttle that I just don't know what to do. In the mid-sector, that between corners when I change direction, you want to be on the throttle picking up the power, but the game just doesn't allow it, so you end up losing a lot of time. Oh, lads, I'm taking piss with the front. Damn curb. Don't invalidate it. Screw you. Watch now, we'll do it. 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 What did I say? What? Bastards! That was so good as well. That was literally white line to white line. Bit too good because I cut the corner, apparently. Silly game. Silly game. Love this livery. It's a shame Paul's been injured all year because we've seen very little of this. I know we've seen Augusto when he's unwell, but I feel like in qualifying a one-off, especially the KTM this year's... oh my god, I was looking at chat. I apologise. No, the KTM this year is a lot better. I feel like with Paul on it, he might actually have a chance. It was a shame that what happened to him in round 1. Alright. Drag to the line. Evening, Casper. How you doing, man? Oh, yeah. Front end. Goodbye. So we're at that level now where I'm literally, to make up that time, I am absolutely taking the piss with the front end. So, chat, because... oh, that's going to be invalid. Because I'm probably going to be on this channel for so long, if it gets to 10 to 9 or 10 to the next hour, I don't know where in the world GP at, but we'll say the next 20 minutes, if I haven't beaten it, remind me the time, because I will forget and I will miss the live GP. And that's what I really want to do. So, yeah. Just give your boy a little heads up, because it'll be a bit of fun to get some competitive racing in. Is that perfect lap that? No. That's the one I want wide. You getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. I'm okay, Casper. I hate this track, but I'm okay. It's Friday night, can't complain. GP tomorrow. Looking forward to Aston. Sprint race tomorrow is going to be mad, really. Cannot wait for it. So, yeah, pretty happy. It's the weekend, I cannot complain. That's a crash early. Yeah, called it. If I get turn 1 right, I'm pretty much okay for it, I'd say. If I just leave the... I need the bike just to naturally turn through turn 1. That would set the lap up. What? Stupid game. Nobody loves you. I'll be celebrating Midsummer Day tomorrow, so I'm kind of hyped. What's Midsummer Day, Casper? Is that a school thing, or... is that like school holidays, or is it something completely different? Alright, release the brake, Dylan. Release the brake, trust it. Alright, you're just gone so wide because you're so bad. Yeah, it's been a terrible run. I wonder if I cut the track because I didn't invalidate it, which is cheat. To be fair, it is a silly game. I guarantee if I cut that corner, like, absolutely murder and completely destroy the corner, I'll definitely get the challenge. But I'm going to leave that till now. I'm not going to resort to that level of cheatiness. Lads, this is only sector 1 as well. I've another like whole track to do. Christ, I've gone deep there. Yeah, what a surprise. So bad at this game. So bad. I'm so annoyed that one good turn one where I did. It's just so bloody annoying that I touched that white line. Front is gone, front is gone. Hey! I wasn't sure if he did it. Oh, I was literally looking because I was like, couldn't do the maths because I couldn't see which was my time. Oh, thank God, we have the first part done. In Eastern Europe, we celebrate Midsummer Day during the brightest day of the year. We pretty much just make oh, we actually have that here. It's called Bonfire Night, though. It's today. The longest day of the year in Ireland was yesterday, and around the UK and Ireland, that's kind of the that's the longer. We have Bonfire Night where you basically burn things. I think in English it's called Guy Fawkes Night. I could be wrong though. Or in the UK, sorry. Mark Marquez to crash tomorrow. What are the odds? Very high. Very high. When it comes to him risking it, he will put it on the line. Now, he's already injured, so you'd hope he'd kind of chill out a bit, but let's be realistic here. In Sweden, we celebrate Midsummer's Eve instead with spiced moonshine, pickled herring until we pass out. But skipped it on it this year. Sounds like fun, man. Right, let's go sector 2, which is a hairpin, a 90-degree right, and long straight. Yeah, well, that was pathetic. Derp. Bonfire Night is here, man, at the moment. It's tonight because it's my cousin and my aunt's birthday. It's on Bonfire Night. That's tonight here in Ireland. Must be different in the British Isles. Oh my God, we're like 1.4 off. That is bronze. Oh Lord. Summer salsas, yeah, maybe. Alright lads, we're gonna be a while at this track because it is pain and suffering, and they clearly haven't done their work about it because they don't know anything of how quick it is. And they also give it to you in such a stupid place. Oh, and they reset the traction too? Why does everything Milestone do have to be so janky? They barely give you enough time to change the traction. And then they put you literally in the corner. Oh my God, this game is so bad. Already sick of it. I'm playing about 20 minutes. I hate the fact that it's so inconsistent that you get on the brakes and the bike just does nothing and goes straight on. What's all that about, like? Better so far, says that, and went absolutely miles wide. Same there. Right, we're 0.6 off now. Still a million miles off. What is with this track? What time is it? It is 20. Alright, we still have time, but like, how am I going to find all the time? Stupid throttle thing just puts me straight on everywhere. Shit game. Oh my god, like, what was I even doing there? The bike just loses the front. I'm not even on the brakes. Silly, silly, silly. What am I doing? Like, I'm literally barely touching the brake and it falls over. I wonder if the tire is like retarded or something. I wonder because you're getting it like mid corners, it's not up to temperature. Bye bye corner. Oh my god, this is so stupid. We need to get to Ireland, never been, and I'm from Irish heritage. We have a bridge named after our family there, O'Connell's Bridge. My grandfather used to tell me about it. That's pretty cool. In Dublin, yeah, there's a lot of O'Connells in Dublin. We have O'Connell Street, which is one of the biggest streets in Dublin, probably one of the most famous streets in Ireland. I presume O'Connell's Bridge is, I believe I know there's a bridge at the end, or like the start of O'Connell Street. So maybe that's the bridge you're talking about, but the O'Connell's over here is a very common name, so it could be anywhere really. Million miles off. I'm not getting near that time, like, I just know it. Yeah, it's like the bike doesn't do anything that I needed to do. I lived and worked in Ireland, Dublin for more than 6 months. It was quite fun. Felt like an old vacation from real life. Yeah. Some parts of Ireland can be absolutely gorgeous, I must say. I think a lot of people are... oh my god, I shouldn't have stopped. Right, let's stay quiet because this has been a good start. Another 3/10. That was close, that one. That was back in 99. Christ, I was... in 99 I was a year and a half old. I'm born in April 98. That's Madness to think, isn't it? Things were really cheap compared to Sweden. I guarantee, right, I'd nearly put money on it that it's the other way around now, because Ireland is one of the most ridiculously expensive places in Europe now, which is so annoying. Saw a chart that were like 46%, like the average price of everything in Ireland is like 46% above the rest of Europe. Well, yeah. If you're 50 now, I'm 25 now, so we're we're a small bit apart. Come on, KTM. Oh, that's gonna be gone, isn't it? Tent! Only annoying thing about O'Connell's is at least 50% online forums refuse you your last name. Oh, you have to take away the gap. I know. Yeah, that would wreck it. That's so annoying. Man, that was a good attempt, that last one. We're clearly getting closer. I feel like all my time is made up into that S section at the end of that little straight. What time is it? Is the time yet to go? No, another few minutes yet. Close one, yeah, man, it was so close. No, it's not been a good run, unless I can find time back somewhere here. Yeah, nope. We're here all night trying to get all this, like. Better exit that time. Don't you? Monica! Ah! So annoying. So close. Yeah, it's the downshift the first that makes the front go. But if you don't go down to first, it doesn't turn. It's ridiculous that they give you the autopilot here, like, just give me a bit more time, game. Oh my god, I keep trying to make up the time here now as well. You should have the autopilot here so you can at least line up the corner. Idiotic game. Cloud9, welcome and happy weekend to you, dude. Alright, that's terrible. Alright, it's nearly 10 to. I'd like to get a little beverage before we start the live GP. Alright, just turn. Trust the front, trust the front, trust the front. Doesn't turn. Pig. I'm just trying stupid. This looks tough, bro. Yeah, man, it's so annoying. Managed to do sector 1, but it took me a good like 10 minutes to get it. I know I'm at the moment my ghost is a tenth off, but I just cannot beat it at the moment. On deep here if we square it off. Come on, we're ahead. Chat, pray for me into here. Chat, you better be praying. Chat, please pray. If you're not praying already, pray. Get out of here. Come on. Go on. Chat, why weren't you praying? I knew there was one of you not praying, like, for God's sake. The autopilot in this game is terrible. It's terrible and right as well, yeah. There's just no need for it. Like, just spawn me from a dead stop. Or else just give me a normal respawn where I've like at least 6 seconds before I'm into the bloody bend. Yeah, not stopping that. I might go, I did. Probably not going to get the exit though. No, backed off way too much in there. Oh, why did I go to first? Didn't think we did it. Yes! Yes! Atheist, sorry. Can't believe they won't fix the autopilot. Don't need the help my hand. Yeah, so stupid, man. Right, third and final sector. I probably won't get even time to finish this one. I have 9 minutes. Saying that, it's a long straight, a fast right, and a tight right. But saying that now, they'll probably shag me with the respawn. Where are we going? So I can't even adjust my exit out there, which means I'm gonna have to deal with the AI's terrible exit every lap. No idea what to break for this. Gonna go here. That was too early. That was weeks too early, and I just crashed. This game is trash. Don't buy it. See, the AI gets such bad run out of here. Alright, where did we raid last time? We broke about here. I'm going to extend it by that much. Don't tuck the front, don't tuck the front, don't tuck the front. Okay, that was a bit wide, Dylan. Let's see where at least the time brings us. There's corners there, like. Oh, that was a big front end slide. Right 4 on the mandatory for Suzuki Endurance at Northside. If the autopilot ran into the wall on exit from mandatory pit stop, then the rest ran me over. Milestone and their peak performing games. Like, what in the piss takes is that, like? So wide. I hate this. 1 second, guys. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Alright, let me try that now. Yeah, stopping. Why? I can't even. Oh no, I was already restarted it, so. And we've gone wide, and we've. What? This is meant to be a full release, chat, as well. Just remember, right? Every time this game glitches out, just remember this game costs 50, 60 quid. No, I didn't pay that because I bought it on a key site. I just don't deserve my money. Stop. Thank you. Oh, first time. I am amazing when there's only one corner in it. I am amazing. Chat. 54. Sure, we'll chance the last sector. I think it's only one corner as well. I can't do this, I should be shot. Well, 5 minutes left. Thank you, Casper. Appreciate it, man. Sepang as well should be a good one. Got that all rang out of there. Got that so wrong in there. 1 to the line. 16-1 to beat. I think we're done it. I think with the... Ah, I spoke to some. Alright, I just need to get a better... Well, I need to enter the last corner better because I entered that really weak. This game is terrible. This game is terrible. Rubber shift no longer scary. They're still scary, but different ways. Oh, understeer. I love the countdown from Casper as well, man. Front to line. Have we done it? We have not. It's quite a bit of time to have to be finding. I did make a mistake that time though, so. And like, they have to do the whole second sector this time, but why can't they just spawn here with that little time there? I don't need a big song and dance game. Don't need a big song and dance. I got this all wrong again. He goes wide here. I've seen this one. That's not 4 tenths, guys. No, it was really a tent. Alright. Give me one more attempt at it, because it takes about a minute just to get to the track. Silly game. Silly game. You are having a banana. Bananas. That should have been it, man. That was so bloody annoying. I'd love to see how easy her Earth is. Alright, where is La GP? Alright, we're gonna... A minute and 26 seconds. Casper, thank you so much, my man. My ticking time clock. Right, I'm going to grab some beverage. You can be left in the very well comforting hands of Intermission Docky. Alright, we'll be back in a couple, guys. Thanks. Right, chat, I'm back. It's time to join, participate in event 3. Am I being joined by the ever special BK Gaming? If I can find him, I believe he's on. See if he will join. Alright, Race boy's in. I've raced him before, I believe he's quicker than me. What team will I go? I am going to go Repsol Honda. Ooh, what is chat on about? There's an SVK game? Yes, it's terrible. It was the worst ever milestone game. It was just a copy and paste of MotoGP 22. Their career mode did not work. Every YouTuber that makes career mode videos, Casper's in, welcome. Is that the Latvian flag, Casper? As I was saying, a terrible game, just don't buy it. Limp Bizkit has joined. Estonian, my apologies. So we have Estonia, Romania, Germany, Belgium, Italy, Ireland, and the United Kingdom. I believe, Raceboy, you are quicker than me. I'm pretty shit at this game. Have you not seen me play this before? I'm horrifically bad at it. I believe you are, anyway. We'll see. We're going into a competitive race. I know my flags, but I still got yours wrong, Casper, so I apologize again. Oh, Mark Marquez, M&M's has joined. Portugal, Q something or other, he's Swiss, nice timed clock. Matt doing it the right way, getting the bike license long before getting the car license. Pierre Gasly! Is he in the call? Mr. Bicker! No, he's not. How does it keep refreshing? Is it anytime someone joins it refreshes it? Pierre Gasly! Chat, I'm looking forward to this. I like Sepang. Raceboy, this is going to be interesting because you're going to spank me. You're on Aprilia. Better bike advantage. Got the excuse out early. I had a ZZR 1117. Now that is things that today miss. 17-year-olds not being able to ride ZZR's 1100s. They were such a mammoth of a machine. Right, chat, let's go. Let's go! Bet Biker7202 wins. Yeah, he is a Sepang specialist. And nowhere else. He's terrible everywhere else. He can only ride a Sepang. Nah, he's still not in the voice call. I was trying to trigger him to see could I get him to say something, but he's not here yet. He will join eventually. Race bike. Everything at Sepang is good to me. I love it. I'm gonna put on my chatted setup. Sorted. Didn't see my video. This is what I do. I should save it for each bike, but you have to save it to the track, which is a bit stupid, really. Right, oh yeah, baby. I'm correct. On stair. We're gonna stick a hard front tire in it. A hard front and medium rear, man. Lucas Oil helicopter. My old mom's car license lets her drive bikes and trucks too. She can't even ride a moped. Love it. VFX, I love Sepang. So we've Wayne Facsetti, and that the guy from Vice City, Wayne Facsetti. I know it's Tommy Vercetti. I'm just taking the piss. I don't know anyone else barred a couple of. Oh my god! Bike, stop! I'm gonna crash. I'm gonna validate my lap. Sure, why would it? Yeehaw! The bikers joined, I believe. Also, I'm hearing things.
I have.
Pierre Biker!
I'm in the middle of like doing this like mod, and then I just get a message from you like Sepang.
Yeah, my cap locks was stuck on as well. Because I saw you online, which is usually unlike you, and I forgot I hadn't joined the call, so I was like, oh, he probably thinks he's being all odd now, trying to be like, oh, he's going to stream on his own tonight. He's not going to join the call. But I was like, oh, I'll just join. Completely forgot about it.
I didn't even know you'd started streaming, to be fair.
Oh my god.
I assumed that you hadn't because you weren't in the call. So it's not bothering. You don't need the hard tyre, do you, anymore?
In the front?
On the rear, I meant, but...
Well, you can't put a hard on around here. It's only soft or medium, isn't it? Oh my god, I'm in deep. Mama! Oh, stopped it. I would double check that, like, because nothing I say is gospel anymore.
No, it is true, it's true. I remember seeing it now before.
It's gone very F1 like, where, like, oh, that was sketchy on that curb, where you rock up to weekend and they have a hard tyre and a medium tyre, but, like, the hard tyre and the medium tyre is a certain compound, whereas in a week ago that was, like, a soft tyre, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But it's like that in real life, isn't it, now?
Yeah.
They did say in the Q&A they're focusing on the real manufacturers.
Did you think I don't know where to brake for last corner? I ran off twice.
I crashed.
Yeah. You're on Aprilia.
I'm on Aprilia.
58.4. We go top. We go ahead of race boy. After I was saying he's quicker than me. Whoops. No, I still have faith in race boy top, so he spanked me.
Just got ride on his shoulder again like last time.
Was that him that was riding on his shoulder?
I believe so.
He's in chat, so.
It was like Saxon Ring, wasn't it?
Oh, GRC, we're in trouble.
Oh no.
The GRC boys.
So yeah, there's been a hotfix to the game. I haven't actually recording anything since. I might have a video. I should have a video got tomorrow morning. I kind of feel bad because it's like 2 days now I've uploaded, but in fairness I have been busy. So.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess I've been busy today as well.
Oh, I'm on the limit. The till 469 is on the limit.
Tell you what, you need a hard front even for qualifying.
Yeah, I have a hard front button always.
Yeah, they've definitely.
They've gone so far with everything. All their new stuff is just backwards.
But I am going to say honestly, say this now. I'm glad that the game's been out, what, like 2 weeks, is it now? Like 2 weeks yesterday, was it?
2 weeks yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, and they haven't put out some stupid patch that's completely redone the physics. It's like the first time in like years they've actually done that. So, fair enough. I'd rather stick with what they release and just get used to it. Because, I mean, it's not that bad.
It's pretty short. I don't like it.
It can't be that bad. You wouldn't be sitting here playing it right now.
Oh my god, did I break too late again? Sure, why wouldn't I keep it on track?
It's on 207. You better watch out for me. Feels so alien coming back to this game from GP Drivers.
Oh, Jibber back! 1.7 in the lead. That should have been like 2 seconds if I didn't screw the last corner.
Just outside the pits here, where the
It's mad how much quicker we've got on this game, because I couldn't even do like a sub 2 minute on my first impressions video here.
We just have to abuse the physics.
Yeah. Like, I'm still trying to get used to the fact that the bike was trying to sit up.
Oh man, don't get me started on that, it's so annoying. Fair enough if you don't want them to tweak the 56.8. Who the hell did the 56.8? What the hell is that all up? Oh, it's me. What?
Well, I'm going back to the pits, so I can't use these tyres.
Yeah, you're better off going out for a long time.
Oh, there's a soft front tyre that's literally got to be the most useless thing in existence.
Yeah, literally.
There's so many soft rear tyres as well, like literally.
Yeah.
Soft tyre at Malaysia is about as useful as a soft tyre in the wet weather, like, you know what I mean?
Pretty much, yeah.
It's like about as useful as a Costa being on a set of wets at Kota, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, by the way, you know he finished last, right? He retired in the crash that he had with Arbolino, so we don't actually know how much you'd been slowed down by the...
I did see that.
That's a shame, because...
The thing is, right, I presume if you watched up that far to see that he crashed enough in just a short, that he was actually not going backwards, he was like keeping himself in position.
Yeah, he lost like maybe like a position or two, but it wasn't like going crazy. Like, I'd been really interested to see how he actually got on. Like, see if there's a way to trigger that glitch or force that glitch to happen. So it would be quite interesting to see how that plays out. Because I was quite disappointed when he went down.
I know. Did you watch the rest of the episode where it's like a massive turn of events where they just go from... There's a 4-second swing, like, nearly.
Yeah, maybe I remember you told me about it. I didn't watch the whole thing, I only really watched... So I saw the short and I was like, I want to see this, like, how this actually played out for him. Because obviously the short just had the results screen.
Yeah.
I must admit, I did think it's like he was quite far down on the results screen up in the short, but he's in a decent position in this race right now, so I wonder what happens.
There we go, getting people to click.
No! Oh. So many first gear corners on this game that you can't use in first gear, which is just...
Yeah, I don't use first gear anymore.
Yeah. Oh, I've got some arseholes come out the pits.
Hey, what language? For fuck's sake, like.
It's like, come on, like when I come out in front of people, I press the quick restart button again so they get out of the way.
Yeah.
Because you can't control with the AI. Basically like drag me to the line, maybe.
So 1.2 clear, I'm loving this, guys, I'm loving this. Can we just end quali now? Oh my god, I'm down to first gear. That's a mortal sin.
Get out of the way.
Oh, risk it on the curb, that should be a crash.
Wish you could throw your hand up in this game.
Like a certain Jibberbags.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Chat, where do I brake? I'm gonna brake here.
Because like he's just doing his lap, it's fine, but like he didn't like try and get out of the way when he was on his like out lap and I was on my flying lap or anything, and now he's holding me up so much. I'm just doing a restart, I think. Oh, there's literally got 3 in this here, lovely. There's only one.
How did that 10 minutes go
2,000ths in front of Raceboy. Oh, I've not gone to fuel. Oh, there's only 15 seconds left. What?
Yeah, the session went by so quick. That's so weird. It is a long track, like, but.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the throttle is so bad. Like, Jesus, you just cannot ride these bikes the way you need to ride them.
Yeah,
Right.
but this track is like probably one of the worst for it because there's so many. It basically has bits of everything. It's like hairpins that you can't get the power out of. It's got like long flowing corners that you just have to wait and wait to pick the power up.
That's gone.
It's like
Bang, hit a wall. That Dil 469 is fast noise. Ice terrible.
Estonian. Never knew that.
Yeah, he's Estonian. His flag came a while ago, and I said, "Is it? What did I say? Moldova? No, I didn't say Moldova. I said something else. I said, "Is it Malta?" And I felt very bad because I got his flag wrong.
At least I know you flag Casper.
I wouldn't mind then. Everybody joined the lobby afterwards, and I was like, "This is such." I went through like Italy, France, Germany, whatever, Switzerland.
You had to like show that you knew flags.
Yeah, literally. Lost out on P2 by 0.002. Major.
Yeah.
You what? How? I don't know how I did that lap time.
It's a good lap. I could have got closer to it.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And if I'd had more laps, because I literally only had like one lap. I had a lap where I like crashed loads of times. I only had one clean lap. It's alright. This is the biker track. Yeah, the medium rear tyre is enough to get you through the race. It's literally, that's the hardest tyre, Gavin. Like, it's the hardest tyre that we can pick.
Casper said I kept losing the front in turn 3 and 4. It's ridiculous, man. Game is broken. Terrible game. I had the wrong brakes on. Right. Let's see what we can do, chat. This is looking like my best opportunity to win a live GP race.
Me too. Me too.
Excuse me? Love orange juice. Right. Oh, gotta get into the mental state. Good luck, Casper. Best luck to you. Oh,
there we go. There he is on pole position. The deal.
I'm the biker.
That guy's like fake Jorge Martin. What the hell?
No, it isn't all. He's on a gas
I
as
saw
well.
number 89 earlier. It's like
Spy doing himself proud in P3.
I don't get why people do that. It's so strange.
Wayne Facsetti. Oh, you don't think you were in the call already a while ago? He goes, that Wayne Facsetti. Oh wait, oh no, that's someone else. The Wayne Facsetti guy goes, not the main character of the Vice City. Caspar.
That's Tommy Facsetti, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Like it sounds the same. Like, so I made the joke. Wayne Facsetti. I call that guy Limp Bizkit as well. That guy Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit. Luca Maya asked number 44.
Was it? I only saw his name if I see it. A Mike 120.
It looked a bit like Myers' font. You should know that pretty well from your days in the.
I know, like, but I was usually crashed and upside down. All right, let's go. Chat. Wish me luck. I was holding it wrong. I was holding my. Oh, someone's left.
Gone already.
Oh, I got a terrible launch.
Biker. Got a good launch.
Then Aprilius cannot launch. That's illegal.
Oh.
Oh, I'm not stopping that.
I didn't think that. Surprised me when you came
move
out
into turn 2. No.
Oh yeah, they also fixed the game now, so you can actually see people's like Chalamit's warnings and long laps and stuff.
Yeah, I saw that. I did a live GP video the other day and I saw that.
Oh yeah, of course you did. Yeah.
That was after the update.
Yeah, I didn't know it was after the update. I saw the live GT video came on, but I didn't realise it was after the update. I've got so many live GP races recorded, like. What was that?
Oh, I'm low on fuel. What? My fuel light's out of flashing. I thought, what? I've no fuel icon.
No way, you came from there and you pulled that one off. It's
Yeah,
so much
sorry.
more acceleration than me. Oh yeah, I've got the fuel thing as well.
I've gone into power 2 already.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'm just waiting to straight when I actually do it. Oh, that's my traction control. There we go. Come on! Oh! It stepped out.
I nearly turned into you there, and it wasn't even intentional. The bike just turned. I had no control over it. So do I always say that in this game you react to the bike? Oh my god, I'm gonna crash. Yeah, there we go.
That's so brave.
It's not brave. It's just I'm just hanging on, hoping to see what happens because there's so little
It's
feeling.
so brave to even touch that curb, is what I mean. Like,
Well, again, I didn't mean to. You're either turning fully or you're not turning at all.
so I don't need an indicator to tell me that I've got -0 fuel. Like, I'll just look at the
Oh,
indicator.
okay, fair enough. I had the thing turned away. That makes sense.
It beeps every time you cross the threshold, and going down that straight, like as I was going through the RPM, it kept sort of crossing back either way, and it just kept playing the beeping sound over and over again. Where you found this pace from? Sepang's not usually a build track.
To be fair, I love Sepang. Oh my god, tucked front.
I got absolutely screwed by a screen freeze then.
Yeah, you lagged in chat as well. Lads, we just need to keep it consistent now. Reese is definitely going to come back at us. He has too much space to this track not to. Maybe knock it back.
I mean, you like rode around the outside of me like I was standing still earlier.
I saw that, yeah. Oh, but any moment I could crash.
I don't really know how that even...
I just scraped
What?
it off differently. What traction are you running?
3.
I'm on 2, maybe that's it.
Yeah. I do sometimes go to 2, but I just thought maybe for the opening couple laps, just try and get bedded in a bit and then see where we can go from there.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Eminem. Blink 182 song, that. It's a good song too. Chad, I know I'm completely neglecting you now, but I'm really fucking trying to stay consistent. Reese, I'm overheating my hard front. What is this game?
I'm overheating the right very slightly.
Yeah, well, I'm the same, right, very slightly, like what rubbish is this, like?
It's no GP.
Anything you trail the brake and it just overheats.
Yeah, and you need to try the brake because it just doesn't turn.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sweating. What time did you do? Out of interest?
58.8.
Okay.
What about you?
57.2.
Yeah. Oh, I had the screen freeze, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I lost like easy a second from that.
Oh, was it that bad? I didn't realise.
Yeah. I was right behind you and then screen froze and then you was like completely gone.
You have a pretty big lead back to race by, do you?
I'm not really been checking it to be fair.
Fair enough.
I saw it was growing.
That's good.
Yeah, it's nearly 4 seconds now. It was only about 1 second this time last lap, so we seem to be class of the field, which is pretty rare on the motorcycle game, to be quite honest.
On modern ones, we used to be well good.
You did. I'd never be this close.
It's true, I suppose. Yeah, to be fair, if we were 1-2 in a lobby, we mean we're in a really bad lobby and you're just doing slightly better than normal. I'd usually be a couple of sectors ahead at this point. back in the olden days. Oh! Jesus. Oh my Jesus.
I want to hear more of those noises, please.
Just the bike turns so weirdly.
It does.
What was your lap last time? Check obviously when you can. Don't put yourself under pressure.
57.4.
Okay, I did 57.6 I think.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I know I've got a
57.7.
little, but
Yeah.
wasn't a lot. You're pulling on me on this lap though, anyway.
I just ran off the track there, so you should get some of that back.
Yeah, that pretty much just gave me everything back, which was nice.
Because I actually looked up on the entry to that corner. I looked up to see what the gap was. Smart move by Dub469 as always. Only pro gamer moves on this game.
Just make it closer for the viewers.
So I know, but the viewers can piss off if I want to win.
Oh, the understeer's so bad.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Why am I getting like traction control and anti-wheelie cutting in on corner entry? I'm down to TC1 now. So intrusive.
What? Fair enough.
Oh. .58.3 that lap.
57.5. I feel like as the race goes on and the tyre gets a bit warmer and wears, I'm going to have a lot more moments and they won't just slide, they'll just crash.
I'm going to go back to TC2 now. Bit too intrusive, but it's too slidey on one. I think this is the first time you've had the pace over me on this game.
100%.
It's not really where I expected it to be.
No.
Although this is not exactly the special it used to be for me these days.
Yeah.
Last few games have sort of gone off a bit.
Could kind of say the same about Jerez for me.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It was one of those tracks that I was good at, but I was never that good at it. But I kind of got a reputation of being amazing at it, but I'm not that good there. I just like it. I think the M2s the other night really showed that I'm actually not that good at that track. Definitely not that good at these games anymore. I can say that for sure. It does come down to a massive fact that I don't like them anymore, so I don't stick the hours in. And the fact I haven't liked them since 21, I haven't done any sort of competitive riding on them since 21. If you're not trying to do leagues or training, yeah, it was R racing was the last one I tried to do.
That fell apart after a couple of races.
Yeah. I had potential that league, but
yeah,
just too many issues.
Problems.
I don't think the games are good enough at the moment for them anymore.
No.
I couldn't imagine, like, you know how close we can race together, and I'm like sketchy around everyone on this game.
Yeah, you just can't put the bike where you want to.
You have just there's an inherent lack of control over these bikes. In fact, they're controlled by throttle, and just like when you release the brake and when you brake, they're just so different. Don't reverse side is crashed, unfortunately.
What's he gonna do now?
Ah,
You could be like the only person that I see hit an apex perfectly and still complain.
I did not hit that perfectly.
Looks good for where I was, but I'm a couple of seconds behind. Fortunately, this was, I think, was one on the first couple of laps.
Yeah. Oh, it might still be.
Oh, I broke so late.
Oh, as of I. I think it's giving me. Oh no, it's 1.8. Oh, it's 1.9.
Yeah, I literally went as wide as you did, so.
Yeah, we'll balance out, I imagine.
Well, might as well chuck everything at it.
Probably have the margin to crash as well, don't you?
Yeah, I got 8.4. Well, it's not exactly like I've not been trying.
That's the thing, like, on these, there is no more, like, even if you can't pass now, I'd have nothing for you, like.
Yeah,
I'm riding out my limit at all time.
that's not a challenge with Taunton, apparently. That's fantastic, great game. Well, absolutely miles off the track. So I ran in hot and came back on, but like it should still have been a warning, even though I didn't really gain anything from it. Like in a competitive game mode like this.
Yeah.
Oh, just turned.
Backed off quite a bit in this lap. Probably more than I should have. But I think it should be enough still. Chat, we're gonna do it.
Green freeze cost me.
You did well to get back to that close, but yeah. Oh jeez, did you have a bad last corner? The gap was a second coming into it. It's 1.9 across the line.
It was 0.8 across the line.
Oh, was it? Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, on my screen it says 0.8 anyway.
It says 1.970. Ducky is asleep at the moment, Miles. He will be brought out soon, don't you worry. Chat, we did it. We finally won a live GP race.
You really did back off on the last lap. I hadn't made that
58-0.
mistake. I actually might have been able to send it at the last corner.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's refreshed now. It's 0.068.
That was the last lap, the 56.9. That was with the off-track excursion.
GG, Casper. Well done, man. Race
Yeah,
by
good
P3.
race, guys. I mean, even the pace of like Raceway behind the 57.8's nothing to sniff at. Like, it's a fast race there.
What's that do?
The win will have to come a different day for me, unfortunately.
I think that.
Oh, hang on, I think I might have ranked up it. Or they've
Yeah, me
changed
too.
the screen anyway at the end of this. So I'm sure I didn't use split up before. Oh no, I'm literally 3 points away from leveling up. Fantastic. Oh, Chang is the next one. Remind me to not take part of that.
When is it? 10 o'clock?
Yeah,
It's like an hour, isn't it?
24 minutes. I'm P43 in the world again now, though.
I'm P68. What?
How does this ranking even make sense? I'm behind someone's done 15 races, they've got 6 wins. And they're the same ranking as me.
No idea.
Maybe it's because I've not disconnected from so many races. Where are you on there?
68th.
Lots of races up there. 68th you are.
68 jam, nearly just in the top
So
70.
you've won a race and you're behind me.
Yep.
I guess it's based on the scoring, I guess, because I've done less races, I've lost less points. Hawaii Sprinter's first. He's the only guy outside of the bronzes, silver 3.
Shows how kind of ridiculous the game is.
Well, you know how we saw him in Silverstone? It's the only live GP race he's done that he's not won, because he's got 10 races, 9 wins. So,
I wonder, does he do it at like a really weird time to get really bad people?
possibly. We were on at a strange time, we threw a spanner in the works. So, I'd got the groove at the end. I've got into it. But...
At the end, if anything, I was out of the groove because I couldn't ride. I know I backed off the last lap just to kind of keep it keep it rubber.
It was brave. It was brave to... Well, I mean, it wasn't brave because it's supposed to back off was better. I mean, you were in the... I was the one that had to basically risk it, but I got pretty close.
Ducky is on screen for people in chat looking for Ducky.
Yeah, the screen freeze definitely cost me that.
Yeah.
Lost me some good time. Well, it lost me 1.8 anyway. So now catching you'd have been one thing. Passing would have been a very, very different one.
Yeah. To be honest, right, it would end in tears, and that's nothing against you or me. It's just a game.
It's the fact that the game,
it's so bad.
You can't place the bike properly. Like I can't get behind someone and like think where I'm going to pass them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, GP bikes, I can sit behind someone a bit slower. And I'm like, I know I'm going to be quicker than them into this corner based on the fact they've done this here. So I'm just going to take my normal line and just let them do whatever. Whereas on here, I just can't place the bike that precisely.
Nice sheen on Ducky. He is absolutely.
Ducky is a specimen.
The real Facchetti. By any chance were you Wayne Facchetti? Facchetti, because I was calling you all sorts of names in the race. Nothing bad, just your name is.
You Tommy.
Tommy. I was calling you Tommy for names. Yeah.
Made it sound like you're insulted there. Yeah, I've called you all sorts of names in the race. So.
Miles, this game is still terrible. I still don't recommend buying it. It is terrible. They cannot. To be honest, VFX. It's not the netcode. It's just the physics. It is so hard to ride next to anyone. You just like we both complain about having so little control over the bike, and that is your issue, really. You can't put the bike where you want to be, and that's like you saw. Anyone watching the stream a while ago saw me in the training mode. It just does not handle right. The physics are so hard to control. First off, they're not enjoyable. I don't enjoy playing the game that much. Moto 2 is better. GP not great. There's just too many things.
So I thought the GP is better.
No.
Like Moto 3 are like the worst too.
Moto 3 is unplayable. I haven't played it. Moto 2 is okay because you can kind of. I feel like
Moto 3 is unplayable, but I haven't played it. That's got to be quite of the day.
Well, I haven't played. What I meant to say is I haven't played it since the update. Sorry, because I don't know if they've changed anything.
I haven't played it since this hotfix, but before that, no, they haven't changed it at all.
What's best in series? GP 20 or 21, I'd say, more than likely.
Yeah, I would say so.
They're ranked as the highest one.
People still play them, so...
Yeah. I get lots of comments asking about GP23, and I'd say no, it's not any good, don't buy it, whatever, and they're like, cool, I'll stick to MotoGP 20. Most people will say. So... Yeah.
I was shocked when I went back to 20. I did a video on it obviously a while ago. I was shocked about how different it was to what I remembered it, in fairness, but still felt quite solid. It was just there wasn't as much. There was very little feedback, and there was way too much grip. I feel like this game has some of that in it, like the grip, the weird, like crazy amounts of grip again.
No,
KG's.
Let's go on, sorry.
Complained about that. I know KG has complained about the grip a lot, like there being too much grip. So,
Miles, I didn't manage to fix. Basically, you can't fix the understeer. I was messaging one of the. I don't know if he's really an esports player, but he's damn quick, and I think he's been in a couple of Hades.
Oh yeah,
he's kind of easy.
Yeah, I don't know actually. He's like that level.
Yeah,
I don't know if he
exactly.
is one, yeah.
he's good enough at the game that he knows what kind of do to go fast, and like everything he's saying about it is like you have to short shift to keep the engine RPM low so the bike can turn. Engine braking does not affect the bike wet or dry. Setups don't really work, and all these things. You have to play with the controller.
I'm gonna say about the controller configuration can actually make it turn a lot better.
I tried it the other day to play it, and I just had to reset it. It made it 10 times worse for me.
Yeah, I suppose you have to get it just right, otherwise it probably will be.
I might give it another go. I might spend like an afternoon at it because it could be a big part of getting the game playing well. Like, but it's.
I must admit though, I actually have been enjoying playing it quite a lot, which I can't really say for the last few.
I still think jumping onto 21 would feel like a dream to me.
Go on, install it now then, God.
I won't be able to. I have plans on making a video on it soon. I bang on about it so much that I am actually intrigued myself. Am I talking out my ass, or is it actually that good?
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of an eye opener if you go and do it, because when I did the 20, it was like you still feel like you're generally correct, but like it's slightly different than obviously how you remember it. Because I mean, you played it like 2 years ago, so
yeah. All right, what the hell? Any lobbies up? There is. There's one at Chang and at Aston Motor 2. Alright, we'll go to this. I'll do a few races. Why don't the tards at Milestone fix the damn game? Like they lose a lot of money if it sucks, so why not listen to a couple of players? The thing is, right, they do fix some things, but the issue is they don't fix enough, and then how they fix it is by implementing something else, and then that breaks it even more. I explained to someone asked me today, he goes, you complain about these games a lot, saying that they're wrong. What was the biggest issue? And I explained to him that from the move from their in-house engine to the Unreal Engine 4, they've built the game up from a foundation that was wrong. So no matter how good they make GP23, the foundation of the game is wrong, and it's never going to be right. They have to go back to go forward, and they're not going to do that because money is time, and time is money, and everything is.
It's not feasible to do that.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, in an ideal world, they'll go back and they'll completely rebuild it from straight up, like. But
yeah, from like a physics point of view, they need to do that. Like they could keep obviously a lot of the other stuff the same. It's just
I think they have added intentional handicaps to slow people down, understeer and losing the rear. Yeah, I think a big goal, right, regardless if they say it or not, is to make the game realistic in terms of lap time.
Yeah, that's 100%. I think the issue is as well, like you get people like us, we say the same complaints to each other, but then if you go in the MotoGP Discord server, there are obviously, bug-wise, the complaints are all the exact same, but like when it comes to things that people like and dislike, it is very different. Some people, like I have seen a lot of people that for some reason really care about it being the realistic times, whereas to me, as long as it's not, ridiculously out, like, 10, 20 seconds out, I don't really care. If I can go a couple of seconds quicker than they can in real life or a couple of seconds slower, it doesn't make much difference to me because I'm not exactly getting up like Marc Marquez's pole lap or whatever, like whilst I'm riding around. It's just, as long as it feels like a MotoGP bike to me, that's the important thing.
I'd rather have close racing and close AI than have AI that are real to life in terms of lap time. It doesn't really matter to me.
100%.
Oh my god, that's punted.
And the thing is, like, the AI actually on this game are really fast, it's just they're really stupid.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Like, this is the first game ever I've been able to, like, tune the difficulty going into a race weekend to make myself, like, basically just have the exact right setting. I've struggled to find it so far, but
yeah, I know what you mean.
The fact that we can even do it is a massive thing. It's just so annoying that I don't mind them being a bit quicker than me, but when they, like, start riding through you and stuff in races, it's just so annoying.
Yeah. Whoopsie.
I'll probably join your lobby again this week. It's just
There's only like 2 people in here and a lot of AI, so it's not great.
I can make it 3 people and a load of AI.
Facetti! He's back again. He's back in Miami. Pecco.
So my review of this game as well.
Yeah, I was just about to bring up my one. In my review, I called it a... what do you call it? A...
Cinematic masterpiece.
No. Arcade game that's trying to implement some simulation features, but they're doing it wrong, and I think pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, it's probably not a million miles from the truth. It just feels so disconnected.
That's exactly how I feel. That's why throughout the Sepang race there, just had so little feeling of what was going on, and at any moment I could make a mistake. Because on GP bikes, I can kind of feel like what's going on what I remember from... Oh my god, why did that happen? On 21 I could remember I could just play with the bike and kind of ride it the way I wanted, and if I crashed I knew you were being a twat there, like, and doing that for no reason, like, whereas on this game sometimes I'll come to a corner, as soon as you touch the brake it just does something weird and you're like, I just don't know how I've done that. The throttle thing is really annoying because I'm constantly on and off. I don't have the patience to learn it, so the genre is simcade, yeah, but I agree that it's simcade, but it's way too much on the arcade side. The sim part is an afterthought in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not asking for like a sim because we have GP bikes for that. It's just it could feel a bit less floaty and just have better AI. Like fix some of the bugs as well, which apparently they've improved the AI times in qualifying, which I imagine they mean are the simulated times because there was nothing wrong with what they were doing on track. So
they're probably just joined the dots, I'd imagine.
We'll see, I guess. I'll when I record the next episode of Crib, I hope I'll find out, but I'm still not around to doing that yet, so probably won't get around to doing it tomorrow either, or Sunday, because MotoGP taking a bit of time, of course.
Well, that was boring.
You win?
Yeah, but like 15 seconds, I think. Why do you play against online? I don't know who lobby owns this, or sorry, who hosted this lobby, but they put the AI on. So yeah,
it's pretty realistic though. I mean, like people online try and ride through you as well. So
I think people just put on the AI just so that when there's only 2 people in the lobby, it feels like there's a bit more going on.
I saw someone say that AI online was bugged as well, like you couldn't change the difficulty.
While the riders enjoy a well-deserved lap of
I think
honour.
they said it was stuck like on the lowest setting, doesn't matter what you put on.
Sounds about right.
So like they said they were like an average player, so they couldn't get anywhere near like the higher level AI, and they said they put it on there to test and they like thrashed them, so they knew it was like the lowest difficulty. It's just a shame because it's just a thing in the like gaming industry, to be honest. Like it's not just Milestone that do this. I mean, it's the same with the F1 games and stuff like.
The only thing is the F1 games though are still, they're not like. Why is it? Oh, we're just doing Chang lobbies just to get warmed up for the. Alright, well, I'm not doing more Chang. I'm not doing the live GP at Chang either because, to be honest, the live GP is a bit broken and doesn't really work like so.
Full circuit. Yeah, no, the F1 game probably isn't as broken in the base game, but like I suppose if you think about like how the F1 YouTubers talk about the game, I guess they're in like the same boat as we are with this game. So, like to be honest, I think there's a certain level of skill that if you have on this game, like you can actually probably pick it up and just enjoy it because you don't actually get close enough to the limit to know the problems. Like if you're sitting there playing with like all the assists, all these neural assists and stuff on, and like you're new to motorbike games, you're probably gonna have a good time with the game.
Yeah, probably, actually, that's a good point.
Because you're not gonna like you're not gonna have that feeling built into yourself that you should have the really good control over the bike. You're just sitting there, like the type of person that's happy to have made it round the corner. Like they're gonna probably have a good time with the game. Like, which yeah, I mean, it always sells well every year because everybody that complains about it still buys it. New people are getting into MotoGP. I know obviously there is a bit of a crisis with the fan base dwindling a bit, but generally there's going to be more people. Like, imagine like when we were like kids, right? If this was the game that was when we were a kid, this would be like the best thing ever, right?
Yeah, it would be pretty special.
Yeah. Like we were playing like PS2 like potato graphics.
And they were class.
Yeah, exactly. We loved them, so
I'd still play them over playing modern day games.
Yeah. But then I guess they knew what they were. Like they knew they weren't Sims.
Exactly. Like the issues I have with this, like the current milestone batch, I don't get that if I go back to play MotoGP 4 or 08 or.
They have a good balance because you can sort of have the assists on or like play like the arcade mode, and it just feels a bit more like an arcade game. It's not like you don't crash from like stupid things or stuff like that.
Can't you just kidnap the Nerd Brothers and steal their GP setups? Issue is, right, no matter what you do with the setup on these games, they just don't feel that good.
You could probably get them off them if you asked them.
Yeah, exactly. The Nerd Brothers are pretty good like that. They will give you...
They are decent guys, like, yeah.
In my opinion, Italians over-fetishize the mechanics of the camera and compensate for the deficiency of physics with the camera. Are you going to stream some GP Bikes soon? I'm currently on GP Bikes because I basically just sacked off GP because I have no interest in playing for the rest of the night. There is no lobbies really up though, which is a shame. 1 second now, let me turn on. Put Ducky back to sleepies. Sleepy duckies. Oh, why is that like half the size? What the hell is going on there? What the bar? Huh? Alright, I don't know why the screen is weird.
Man's turning into an NPC villager over there.
Huh? Why is it scaled wrong? I mean, I can rescale it, but I don't want to have to do that. Oh, never mind. Sorry, I am just too bad. It'll fix itself in a second game. Alright, we're gonna do something a bit more entertaining. One second, where's this bike pack? The hell is... Jesus. Alright, there's a lobby going up. Anyone wants to...
Apparently Jack Miller got told off for
giving him a ride back.
Yeah.
Alright, lorry's up. And we want to join, it's Tandragee, the road circuit in Northern Ireland. Jesus, I was playing ZX81 as a kid, lol. Jet Set Willie, Dale Thompson's Dale. 8-bit. Why are there so little lobbies on GP Bikes? The community is just so much smaller on this game. The fan bases, most of the lobbies are dedicated, which means they're up on a server somewhere. That's why there's only ever a few up. It's funny because if you go into MX Bikes, just probably 100, 120 servers just sitting there at all times from EU, Asia, North America, South America. There's just crazy amounts on it. Which ones are the top MotoGP? Which ones are the top 3 MotoGP games, Reese? Take the lead.
Oh, that's hard because it is pretty subjective, especially when you go back a little bit. Probably MotoGP 20, MotoGP probably 08, MotoGP 4 are probably my 3 favourites, but obviously 08 and 4 in the physics department obviously don't compare to what we have today. They're very simple in comparison, so those are probably, like, there's other reasons why they're ahead, but if you're talking modern game, I would probably say still MotoGP 20, but it does need some tweaks to make it a little bit more enjoyable these days. How about you,
I'd go with GP21, VR46, and MotoGP 4.
Yeah. See, I really didn't like VR46 either.
You didn't like it? It was a copy and paste of 15. I was good at that, and I was good at. See, I was good
like
at.
it was like another 15 for me.
Yeah. What didn't you like about it?
I didn't like that weird like rear end thing where the rays just come around on you.
That was
like, it's probably just like, yeah. Well, I was like a kid, so I mean.
Yeah.
How old was I then when that game came out? I was like 14, so yeah. But I was, just a bit. I used to turn up to league races having done about 5 laps of practice in time trial. So, and my practice was, let's find the latest point I can break at this corner, and then I'll try and break that every lap.
Yeah.
So funny enough, it's not a good way to get a good result, as I found out.
Took you long enough,
interesting. Rather strange,
Where do you think Mark will go after these falls and when? Everybody screams KTM, but it's already kind of full of a cost to come up next year. Honestly, and I might get some flack for this, right? I reckon Aprilia, because they don't have an A-level rider.
Whoa.
I love Maverick. He has as much talent as most others on the grid, probably more talented than most. He just isn't mentally able to do it each week, which is a shame. Aleix is a great journeyman. He's done great things in the sport for himself, and he'll have a good career after it. But he isn't a Lorenzo, Rossi, or Marcus Stoner. And I think Aprilia are in a nice sweet spot at the moment where the rules suit them. They are kind of punching above the weight. And if they could sign a Marquez, it'd be similar to Rossi to Yamaha, where it could be a match made in heaven. It can have a perfect storm of events. I do agree that KTM would be a beautiful suggestion for 2, but it's just so many bikes. There's only so many places you can go. So
to be fair, they have been quite poor this year, actually. Like, aside from a couple of races.
Who?
Like Portimao outside, Aprilia have been pretty much nowhere.
Oh, Aprilia, yeah. Sorry, I talked about KTM and I was like,
Yeah, because you said Aprilia are like sort of in a sweet spot, so I was just like.
Yeah, I know them. Sorry, I know I'm kind of taking against my own what I said, but they're in a sweet spot where like the rules at the moment suit them. They have a rider on their way out, and they have a big rider up for grabs.
Yeah, I guess so.
And I still think their bike is good. I just don't think there's anything good enough on it. Like I said, I don't rate.
Yeah, I mean, Vinales shows on the weekends where he does turn up. So, like this weekend, for example, he's going to probably do quite well.
Yeah, he could get a podium.
Yeah. It's going to take some stopping Bezzecchi, I think, but he could get second.
Yeah, it would be cool to see Bezzecchi win here. It'd be nice if not if Pecco has an off weekend, but if he's beaten by Martin, if he's like comes third in the main race and doesn't have a great sprint, it would really spice up the challenge. If Martin has a good result, Bezzecchi, Brad wins maybe the sprint and comes like third in the real feature event race or second or something. There could be a lot happening.
Planning out his wildest dreams. Those Fantic suits in this game are terrible.
Thank you. Funny looking GP23, yes, Max. It's called a real good game.
But the stream says it's GP22, doesn't it?
No, it just says Friday Night Live.
Okay.
I wouldn't put myself in that pigeonhole where I'd have to play it. Oh, Bob is joined. Thought he'd be off practicing San Juan. I meant to change my bike though. Sick this Kawasaki. Oh, stoppy. Save it, save it, save it. Oh, look at that chat. Absolute chatted lines only. Do you think eventually Martin will surpass Bagnaia? Do you think he's stronger than the champ? Pecco got the experience, but Martin seems faster. To be honest, right, I wouldn't even say that Pecco has the experience because he crashes every second week. He's there long enough, right, that he should have some sort of, like, he's 25 now. Imagine him if you put him up against a 25-year-old Valentino or a 25-year-old Mark. He'd get shredded. Pecco is amazing, but he's nowhere near what came before him. And I think, how did I stand there? If Jorge Martin can kind of get his shit together, I don't know. The only thing that holds me back about Jorge Martin is he's in a satellite team, and that will, regardless of whether you believe it or not, will hold him back. I think, to be honest with you, I'd say Jorge Martin's ceiling is slightly high. I think Jorge Martin's ceiling is probably one of the highest in GPs. Coming up through...
pace is unreal.
He is like ridiculous. Thumbnail says GP23. Well, I had to pick something, Max. Come on. Why don't you sleep?
He has got you there.
You should be sleeping in the back of your van. Surrounded by a lot of Irish caravans. What? Beat him to the joke.
It's okay, he's allowed to say these things, chat.
Yeah, exactly. As a resident Irishman myself. KTM would probably fit his style much better with a more solid front end or ball, sturdier old school build, but it's winning with the Aprilia would really be a great achievement. Yeah. I'd like to just see someone good on the Aprilia. I'd like to see
everything on this one.
Yeah, I know, like, but I mean over a season, like I don't want to see what I can do in Misano in like 35 degrees heat when there's
like,
all the rubber
race every weekend at Misano,
he still wouldn't
Silverstone.
He still wouldn't win. He'd probably eventually then win a race because he'd have so many laps done. Eventually there'd be a weird one where like Jack Miller gets it wrong into turn 1.
Phillip Island, Misano, Assen, Silverstone.
Valencia.
Just do those tracks, yeah.
Oh, hit my head. Ow. Yeah, I think the Aprilia is just missing that stardust of a real top A-level rider. I think they've proved that on a limited budget they can go up against Ducati and KTM. That was their main rival probably, but like the fact that the bike they brought last year was so good was crazy that they managed to, from what they went from the season before. Nah, we're going to just leave this one in the wall.
Yeah, on the season before struggled to get like one podium, and then he was on the podium of the first like 5 races or whatever. Yeah,
whatever it was, Catalunya round 6, because he was literally after Catalunya he went on a bad run. I think that just really killed his head, and then big crash at Silverstone, and that was it. Season over. I think everyone makes a connection to KTM with Mark because of the fact of Red Bull. It's always Red Bull. That's why they're like, well, they're the only one that can afford them all this, and they give them out their contract and stuff. But at the end of the day, KTM would have taken him up so many times over the last 5 years. They would have bitten his hand off at any moment. And the one time now he kind of would want to go there is when they have... Right, I look at Jack as someone they like and they want to get for years, but I still think he's disposable because he's not going to win you a championship. He's probably not going to win you many races because he can't use his tyres over a full race properly. He's great for like being stupid quick on a Friday morning when there's nothing on the line. I'm a big fan of Jack as well, by the way, even though I'm slating him here. He just, like, the Le Mans round for me just kind of underlines his biggest issue, where like he had pace, was not tricked, he was misled into using the wrong front tire. What was that? Misled into using the wrong front tire, and then in the race was like, yeah, I'm going to listen to myself now. Was doing nothing, went backwards, found pace for a lap and then crashed. So he's a bit of a weird one. But
yeah, I think if you're going to get rid of somebody,
yeah, it has to be Jack. Like Brad Binder is he is a top talent. I rate Brad ridiculously high. Like, he doesn't seem to have a big of a flaw. I know you could say qualifying, and that is quite huge, but he still can sometimes do it. If he could qualify better, I nearly rate him.
He can't qualify. Like, his strength is obviously the race day and being aggressive, but then like he also, like, you know, he has this races like Argentina sprint where he came through, but like there's obviously so much skill in that, but there's also so much luck where, like, if the right path opens up, you can get through. If it doesn't, you can't. And also, you know, he gets involved in a lot of incidents in terms of not necessarily crashes, but like he sort of, you know, has contact with other riders, or because he qualifies badly, other riders have contact with him. Like Alex Marquez sent him off, like at Le Mans, like Vinales locked him off at Termas because he didn't qualify very well. Puts himself in those positions to get taken out by other people. I would say that is a weakness, but it doesn't seem to be a weakness that he can fix, because it's always been a weakness, and he's been in MotoGP long enough now where you think if he was going to solve it, he would have done.
The fact they brought in Jack, and Jack has shown that it can do laps over one. It can do a one lap or a qualifying lap, and I reckon. I think I said this at the start of the stream, that if Pole is back and fit and is still half the rider he is, he'll pull a good qualifying lap out of that by too. And I think you'll really see then that Binder has quite a big flaw in the fact that it is his Saturday is really his Saturday mornings now at this point. The reason why Jack is so quick is the exact reason why he can't manage his tires. He's a dirt track riding, kind of really is all like on the move and sliding, and Michelin tires are just so soft and spongy, and that's kind of, if Jack was able to do what he's doing now on, we'll say like a Bridgestone, he'd actually have a much better chance, because them tires were really, really solid through the race, and it wasn't uncommon in the mid to early 2010s for you to have like two riders going at it at the end of the race and set the fastest laps. So I think Jack is penalised a lot by the tyres. Some riders are. If you look at Bastianini, he's a rider that's the opposite. He's really, really light in his feet and light in the tyres, and that's kind of how he's managed to get himself into a factory seat. I don't think Bastianini's seating is as high as Martin's, but I think as a racer they put him there. They put him there because of that. I'm dead. Yeah.
I can see why they did it, because Martin's 22 was really bad, but it was probably the wrong move.
Yeah.
Looking at it now. I mean, I suppose it's easy to say with Bastianini being injured and struggling, but at the same time,
I still don't think he's going to get up to Martin's speed.
No. I don't think he is. We'll see after the summer break. Obviously, after that, he should be fully fit. Everyone's had time off the bike, so he's not really still trying to play the catch-up game so much. Everyone's got to try and get dialed back in.
Yeah.
You know, 5 weeks of proper training, because I think, like, the last race was like the first time he could train properly again.
Yeah.
So.
What about Fabio Quartararo? He's another one I would say go to Aprilia if they could get him. I'm like, Aprilia for me is like Man City. I'm just like, just go sign everyone, get all the best guys. Go spend all the money and get them. I know the little Noada factory doesn't have as much money as they probably need, but I think Fabio would be. I think Fabio could ride anything in GP. I was actually criminally underrating him for a couple of seasons during his championship year when he had the arm pump and the chest protector issue, and I always thought, like, yeah, he's on probably the best bike, and he's really quick, like, but he has this kink, and he's I don't rate him like. I was
thinking the Yamaha was the best bike. Where
yeah,
that was. Got that from.
But
man must have been back in 2010.
And then came last year, and just the performance he's putting out. Like, I remember watching him into. I believe I kind of thought of it at the time, and I think I said it in the podcast for Mugello last year. Him putting passes on the M1 into turn 1, he's breaking so late, and I was just thinking, like, this kid is special, really special.
Remember like Austria, like 21 as well.
Yeah,
It's
my
like passing
God,
like everyone around the
so
outside
good.
on the brakes, or the Ducatis and stuff.
He is one of the best out there, and he deserves a bike that can go with it. I think, what the hell did I stand at? I think Yamaha have probably cost himself a chance of keeping him, because I don't think he's going to stay when push comes to shove. If he gets an offer from a European manufacturer, I think he's gone.
If he gets an offer of something that he deems a better package, he'll leave.
Yeah.
Which, you know, there's no slot on him. That's exactly what he should be doing. So
Yeah.
best riders go on the best bikes at the end of the day.
Yeah, they usually end up there. Don't know if Bautista would return, as he would be giving up dominance for a risky bid at MotoGP title. I also don't think he will return unless he wants to get a factory Ducati. Bautista's too old, simple as. His GP days are gone. The fact he nearly retired about 6-7 weeks ago, signed a slight extension with Ducati. Is it 1+1 he signed, Reese? Would I be right in saying that?
I'm not sure. I know it's at least one more year.
He
Probably
has
the 1+1.
1 year.
Ducati love 1+1s.
Yeah, they do. I reckon if he wins a title this year.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
they'll keep him. They'll keep him until
exactly. But
he wants to leave at this point, probably.
Yeah, I think at this point he wants, because
if you win for Ducati, they tend to be quite loyal, except unless your name's Casey Stoner.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But,
Well, they did go back in the end, so yeah.
Yeah. He went back after Honda kicked. Well, Marcus kicked him out.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, he's too old now. They're not going to put him on a factory GP bike. He had his
He's also
chance.
just not good enough.
That too, yeah. He's on.
There's
He
no
has
slot on him, but
yeah, he has a massive bike advantage in that class, as well as his weight. But
it's fantastic. But like he's not as good as like the riders that are winning MotoGP races now. So
oh yeah. He's not a patch on a Jorge Martin or even a Bastianini. I think would be more of a season. I still think, like, if you put Alvaro back, the Alvaro that's in GP or in World Superbikes now, he'd start crashing again, because he'd have to go to that level of. I think he has a level of comfort with the V4R because it trumps everything on the straight. It's probably the lightest bike on the tires because of whatever way it can use his tires. Ow. So
yeah,
he has so many
phenomenal.
advantages.
He's so much better than the other V4R riders, and the riders that are similar skill level to him just don't have the equipment, so you can sort of almost cruise to it in a way. But yeah, if you put him back in a position where he's got to push, I think he might end up doing a wild card. I think he'd be interested in it and enjoy
I think that
it.
itches there, like.
But he definitely won't ever come back full time because, well, for a start, I still don't think anyone would really want him.
Yeah, he's 39, is he now?
Yeah, he's just too old.
That's even
like
old.
Decrepit
That's
in MotoGP, you know.
yeah.
Like. Unless you're already there. That's the only way you get contracts at that age is if you're already there and still performing, then they will look at slightly. But if you're trying to come from another paddock, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah. What's chat saying? I'm in a hedge. Oh, that's a house. 38-year-old Max, go away. You don't even watch bikes. He's going to be 39 soon. So, yeah. And put it this way, if he was to sign a GP contract, he'd be 39 when he gets on the grid. So, yeah. What I say was factual. And if it wasn't, it kind of was. So, yeah, screw you. Did imagine had Lorenzo gone to Suzuki in 2017 instead of Ducati, how much different MotoGP would look. Like now, he surely wouldn't have gone to Honda and retired. To be honest, I don't think he'd still be around. I think he'd still retired. I always felt like Lorenzo had massive pressure from his father. That's why he was such a little shit when he was younger, and he was so arrogant. He was under so much pressure. I think, as much as I look at him as I look at like Carl Fogarty or Neil Hodgson, where they always look back to the career and go, "Yeah, I never enjoyed it. I was so determined to win. I couldn't enjoy it. And then when they retire, they seem to lighten up a bit and they relax a bit and become a bit more normal. So I think Lorenzo, he probably would have done well in Suzuki. I don't think Suzuki at the time was good enough for him though.
The Suzuki 2017 bike was
no, they did went backwards with Iannone because he tried to make it into a V4 or a
he picked the
Ducati.
wrong engine, yeah. And since Rins took over the development, it's sort of improved again.
Yeah.
Ultimately, basically, if they put the bath mat on as Ducati race earlier, we would be looking at probably a very, very high multiple champion by Lorenzo, at least 2020.
Yeah, he walked.
He probably would have won the last 3 seasons.
Suzuki, Rossi going to Suzuki instead of Petronas could have gotten him a world championship in my opinion. He was capable of winning. Yeah, he was. I think though the option for him to go to Suzuki was not in that season. I think it was they came after him around 2018 when Yamaha was kind of going backwards. And I think that was when he was still too loyal. And I think there's always been murmurs and rumours that Rossi had a clause in his contract that he could never sign for another manufacturer when he re-signed for Yamaha in 2013. Whether that's true or not, we'll never know, but it was so many rumours going around that, because that was a big part when in 21 when he went to got the interview for the press conference and everyone thought he was going to go to Ducati for a year and then he retired. A lot of people think that he has a clause somewhere.
And to be fair, I don't think he's winning a title in 2021 Suzuki anyway. So
I think he said 2020, as in the.
But if it's instead of going to Petronas, then it's 2021.
Yeah, that is true. It's true as well. Yeah.
2020 Suzuki, yeah, maybe. But
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
But then he caught COVID, and
he was never right after COVID, which was very strange, and nobody ever talks about it. He came back from COVID to Portimao was 17th, and literally
I'm
stayed
pretty
there.
sure they were like 15th, 16th, or 17th.
Yeah, they were pretty bad, but he never seemed to get back to any decent pace after that. Showed kind of the odd lap here and there, but don't know, it was weird.
Probably just maybe accelerated it.
Maybe, yeah. COVID killed Rossi's career here there first.
Yeah. Well, it's like Lewis Hamilton, he suffered from long COVID for a while after, didn't he?
Yeah.
So, it just depends how your body...
I suppose the older you are, the more it affects you. Like you're talking about Rossi and Hamilton.
Yeah, they are similar age, aren't they? The two of those. So.
Yeah. Like how old is Hamilton? 30... Was he 39? 40? 39? I think they said the other day at Montreal that... Alonso was 41 and Hamilton was 39 or 38.
I always think of Alonso being so much older as well, but they're actually really similar age.
And yeah, I don't know how young Lewis was when he came up, but Alonso must have been like 12 when he got to Minardi driving all them years ago. Because the fact that Lewis came out many, many years after him, but the gap is only like 2 to 3 years in age.
Yeah.
I think Suzuki had the chance to be a great bike for Lorenzo, and he had Vettel coming from Yamaha. It does. Yeah, I can see, Miles, your point there that he's coming from an inline 4 bike that's all about corner speed to a bike that was slightly worse at it, but still had the same heritage of trying to be a corner speed bike. Yeah, it would be pretty interesting. Recently switched from semi-auto to manual and it's made a huge difference in lap times. Pick a track, put it on time trial, just ride it over and over. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Another one of those things. A lot of the assists in Milestone games, if you kind of leave them alone, they work fine. But if you actually give them any grief, they don't work at all. Automatic gears is one of those things where it can get confused with corner. It can go up, down, up, down, up, down. It just starts doing all these weird things. What do you think the future holds for Yamaha and Honda? Will they ever find their footing again, or will they lounge at the back for another 4 or 5 years before an internal exit from the sport? I see Yamaha leaving before Honda, to answer the back end of that question first. Honda, you see, are like the grandfather of MotoGP. They've been around for so long, and they've won more. They're like, Honda is like the Ferrari of Formula 1. Say they're historic. Like everybody knows Honda from GP. I think Honda eventually will get it right, or else they'll get another Valentino or Mark. I think that's kind of what it's coming down to. The only thing, and I say this most weeks on our podcast, is that the sport has gone away from needing a Schwantz, a Valentino, a Doohan, a Mark. You need a Verstappen and a Red Bull is how you win these days, which is not the best. So it's a bit of a... Put it this way, I don't see Honda winning in the next 3 years without like a wet race or like a weird race at Texas. I don't see him being a competitive bike still. They put out a statement the other day saying, we know what the problem with our bike is. Well, if that was the case, why haven't you fixed it like months ago? You can't put out a statement saying you know what's wrong with it.
It's the aero, I can tell you that.
Yeah, we all know what it is.
The aero and the engine.
It's the aero, the engine.
The engine is really aggressive.
Yeah, it's gone.
I think that's what's causing all the crashes.
Yeah, it definitely caused his 5th crash on warm-up last week, the high side. But
I think that's like it's causing the high sides, and I think it's also causing the front enders because the bike's pushing into the corner because of the engine. I mean, obviously, I'm not a Honda engineer, so I couldn't tell you that for sure, but it sounds about right.
Mechanic. Back to what I was saying. I believe I heard this on a podcast, right? I might have read on Twitter.
Is it MotoGP Extra? No.
It was definitely not us when I was informed, because you'll hear in a second why it wasn't us, because someone was talking in real life to a Moto2 rider. I believe this came from... Might have been...
We've messaged a Moto2 rider before.
Yeah, I've called a Moto2 rider a cunt before. It doesn't mean I like them. I believe it came from the Race MotoGP podcast.
Probably.
I think Simon Patterson, he was talking to a certain Moto2 rider afterwards, and he said that watching the Marquez crash, if that's a Ducati, the traction kicks in and saves them. And you can't argue it won't, like.
That is what Simon Patterson said on the race.
It was a Patterson, yeah.
Yeah, it was Patterson. And he did just say Moto2 rider.
Yeah.
It was, so.
Probably Canet. I feel like it was Canet. Imagine had Rossi not gone to Ducati in 2011 and instead had moved there in 2017. I don't know, I think he would have had much better shot at succeeding with the Desmedici. To be fair, right, in what year did Lorenzo go? 17? Yeah. I think in a press conference in 2018 they asked Lorenzo, would Rossi win on the current bike? And Lorenzo goes, yeah, he's definitely would have won on this bike. And like, if that's Lorenzo
in
saying
fairness
that.
to Lorenzo, he was quite good about that, because I think people were comparing the two moves, and he was like, well, Rossi would have won a race on this bike, you see. It's like, it's actually good. Whereas everyone knew that Ducati back then was really bad, so he's like a minute off like the race win, like over the race, like. Yeah,
we were talking about this like last night, weren't we? Or the night before.
Yeah, so
yeah, if you look at like where Honda, a couple of like their 15 bike was poor, their 16 bike was poor, 17 bike was poor, 18 and 19, I think Marcus was just on steroids. He was that good, and I don't think the bike was much better, because like if you look back at what Danny was doing, what Cal was doing, they were never doing anything special. Like, alright, Cal grit his teeth every kind of 6-7 rounds and got a result out of it, but you could never match what Mark was doing. Mark, that was special for a couple of years with Mark there, even though the Yamaha probably was just missing a bit with the electronics. Ducati still hadn't figured it out, and again, I go back to needing an A-level rider. I don't think Davi was the man that could beat Marquez, because in 17? Was it 17 the first year that they went head-to-head?
that was the year that he sort of unexpectedly took the championship charge to him.
I reckon that Ducati was a serious competitor compared to the Honda. I think the Honda was nowhere near that year, and I think Marquez just managed to win that on pure talent.
It wasn't as bad as it was afterwards. It was probably the last time it was somewhat decent, because Pedrosa also picked up a couple of wins that year on it.
Yeah,
it's like the last time that really somebody else could still win on it.
Can I make times in MotoGP with semi-automatic gears? It's not essential to go manual, but it is better. We just talked about it there a minute ago, that when it's on semi-automatic, you can go into a corner and you can be at a certain lean angle, at a certain RPM, and if you slightly touch the throttle, it can change gear at the wrong time. It just throws out. If you can pick up manual gears, I highly recommend it. You can be just more consistent. You can control the bike. See, manual gears isn't just about changing gear at a certain time. You can control the way you exit the corner, the way you enter the corner, the way you go mid-corner. It changes so much more, so if you can learn manual gears, I would highly recommend it.
It also goes up and down the box mid-corner depending on your speed as well, which obviously unsettles the bike.
Yeah, exactly. Any Rebel rookies, Junior GP or ETC kids looking promising to you guys? For me, there's one and one only. His name is Casey O'Gorman. Now, he's Irish, so I'm massively biased. But he's doing very well.
So, he won the British Talent Cut, guys, don't worry.
Well, he runs under the tricolour, so...
Yeah. I'm only doing it to one.
Yeah, I know.
No, O'Gorman, definitely. He does seem like a fantastic guy.
Yeah,
he won the British Talent Cut after, like, it seemed like half the season through injury. It was incredible.
He's a big talent, and I'd be so happy to see an Irish flag in Mordor 3 in a couple of years, and I believe it will happen. I reckon he'll end up in the Vision track, the MLAV squad.
Yeah, well, he's already in the Michael Laverty Academy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they were talking about him earlier, actually, on the broadcast, basically saying that like he's like 14. No, is he about to turn 16?
I think he's 15 currently.
Yeah, so I think he's going to turn 16 soon, and then basically he can move up to like the actual junior GP then, I think, and then like the actual like proper Moto 3 class in that, and then a couple more years, and he can. Well, I mean, so it's potentially one if he wins it, because you can move up to 17, can't you? So, yeah, I think he's promising.
There's probably like another 10 Spanish kids that are going to be like another Acosta, and you see. Being from this part of the world, we know about like Johnny Garness coming up, Casey O'Gorman. We know about the British, the Scottish, the Welsh, the Irish lads coming through. We'd know a lot more about them. We wouldn't know as many the Italians coming through until they've kind of got to somewhere where we all know about them. So we wouldn't know many Spanish kids. Well, I wouldn't. Reese might know a few.
No, I don't really keep up with Junior GP, to be honest. I should, but there's already so much stuff to watch. I do like to just sometimes. Well, I forget it's on because I don't follow it obviously like religiously or anything.
Yeah.
But there's already so many like different motorsports I do watch. Like, you know, MotoGP, World Superbikes, British Superbikes, F1. Like even the F1, to be honest, you probably not.
Moto America, live streams, watch alongs.
Exactly. Yeah, but exactly. Like it was all that stuff, and then so just sometimes.
Gasoline, Yamaha R1J Gagne.
It's a Lucas Oil helicopter.
Oh yeah. But yeah, to answer your question,
Casey O'Gorman is the answer to you.
Yeah, Johnny Garness, if he recovers, I know he had a pretty bad injury. It's gonna go
really
quiet.
Lucky to get away with that.
Yeah, I think he's just slowly recovering.
Yeah,
Ben, are you doing any more lobbies? Probably not. No. It is 10:30. I'm probably going to just keep answering questions until I find I want to go to bed. I'm enjoying just having intermission Ducky on and answering questions. I think Reese is too.
Are you not even playing anything right now?
No, we're literally sitting here with the Duck, myself, and yourself. And
I thought you were still playing Tangerine.
No, I got bored of that and closed it. And Ben was in there, so that's probably how he was asking me. Because there was someone in there with the number 64. I didn't see his name, but I think that is his number. Benjamin. Had Stoner not been sick, do you think he had what it took to beat Mark? No, I don't.
The owner would not have liked Marquez's racing style.
No,
he might have beat him in 13 because
rookie and
was
very but
like really Pedrosa and Lorenzo were quicker than him that year. It's just they got injured. But yeah, I think 14 onwards they're not beating him.
No. I think Stoner's outright talent is up there with Mark, but he definitely doesn't have the rest of where Mark is. He couldn't race like Marquez. He couldn't deal with the off track. Now, again, you don't know how much his illness played into how much mentally he was weak compared to when he was against Valentino and maybe against.
But even before that, though, it was...
yeah, like if you look Laguna 08, like he was absolutely disgusted because Rossi kept pestering him, but like that again, like it is racing, like so. I think Marquez would have just taken that to a whole new level if he had to.
Yeah, well, as soon as Marquez is like, it was like Rossi in the way that as soon as he realised that annoyed him, he kept doing it more.
Yeah. Didn't he have all top 10s before COVID and all outside top 10s after the COVID? When he came back from COVID, he was a different rider for the worse, and he never recovered back that speed.
It'd be interesting to hear if like maybe he admits that in the future.
Yeah. Because a lot of people just say that he kind of took his foot off the gas. He started right at 99%. He crashed 3 times in his last Misano GP just to get into Q2. He didn't get into Q2 in the end, but he kept trying and he kept crashing. He nearly won a race earlier in the season. He had a podium earlier in the season. he actually was having a good season before he got COVID.
Yeah, aside from like Tourette, really, the first Tourette.
Yeah, first rep, but he ended up having a valid issue with that one. I'm so far behind the chat because I've been on my screen as well and I can see messages I've yet to get to, so I'm scrolling through them. Lorenzo could have developed a Suzuki. Oren said, do you think that he would have moved in 19? To be honest, right, if he could have got out of the Honda contract, I still think he'd be there. He'd be probably after retiring by now, but I think he would have been another couple of seasons. I think the fact of the matter was he retired in 19 to get out of the contract at Honda, and then things just didn't line up. A bit like Davi when he tried to get out of Ducati, just nothing really just presented itself. And then it kind of got to the point where he became Yamaha's test rider. A lot of bad press came back from that, and that was it. His career was done. He couldn't get back then. I think Honda will leave. I think they left F1 with the whole engine design. They want to go full electric to suck in Superbike 2. Leaving GP is a logical step. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, to be honest. I still think Honda is like the founding fathers of GP. Like I could never see it. If Honda announced this year or next year they're walking away, I would be shocked. I was surprised when Suzuki did it because they were
Black came out of nowhere. They were doing pretty
exactly.
decent.
They were doing well, and it just And if Honda, it would change GP if Honda left, even though they're back Margaret team currently. Honda need to listen to other riders too. I believe they are currently, but they won't develop the bike in what they need in terms of aero, because they also need to give Alex Rins a Cadillac chassis and stop giving it to Mir. Even though I'm a big Mir fan, but I'm also a big Rins fan. They have a lot of issues currently, unfortunately. Mark no longer knows what he needs. I don't believe that to be true. I still think Marquez knows what he needs. I think he's just... They've gone in the absence of him from Jerez 2020 to this start, or the middle of last year when he came back. When he finally came back with two straight arms, we'll say. I think that it went so badly wrong there under Alex Marquez's development under Bradl. I don't rate Bradl as a test rider. I really don't.
No, I don't either. I don't think he's any good at it.
I think they got Nagashima as well on it for a while. I don't really rate him either. You need to get someone else on it.
I think he did more Fireblade stuff, to be honest, anyway.
He did. I think he jumped across both of them because I did see him on a really nice red, white and blue kind of HRC livery. Yeah, I think Marquez knows what he needs. He needs a front end on a bike, and a bike that isn't like... He needs a modern day bike. He's literally still on like a classic Honda if you look at it. Like, in my opinion, if Red Bull and KTM stay together, they will in the future. What Red Bull is doing in F1 is amazing, and how they're doing the same in MotoGP. Miller needs to relax with his comments. Yeah, the money in F1 is outrageous compared to GP.
Also, it's like Red Bull F1 is Red Bull's F1 team.
Yeah,
Red Bull KTM is just Red Bull's a sponsor to the KTM MotoGP team.
Saying that though, they are in cahoots, Red Bull and F1.
Yeah, of course they are, but it's not quite the same because
100%, yeah.
Energy Drink actually owns the Red Bull F1 team, whereas they don't own the MotoGP KTM team. They just, they're obviously a close partner, but yeah.
Miller needs to relax with his comments too, lol. I think Miller just says it how he sees it. He's probably a bit like me. Doesn't have a filter, he just says what comes to his mind. I respect Miller for that, because if you look at all of them, they're all so PR trained and everything comes out as, yeah, good race, the pace was fantastic, Zarco did a great race, Pecco did a great race, I did a great race. We go on to the next round, we roll on, we'll push for more. Kind of get sick of 21 riders saying that every week, so now Miller comes out and goes, shut the fuck up and just ride. You're like, yeah, do that instead. I respect Jack. I like Jack a lot, but he's never going to be a champion, I'm afraid. I think Rossi's riding is underrated by his critiques. Like, okay, we get it. He was mainly a strategist as opposed to a straight stoner / mark, but he does not change how good he was at riding. Yeah, he was in his prime, like we'll say in his mid-20s when he was on the last couple of years of the Honda, I suppose he was like 23, 24. And then when he went to Yamaha for the Hayden Championship, he had just so much more than everyone around him in terms of talent. As the years went on, he became more of a tactical rider, and he had to do it in different ways, but still managed to get it done more often than he didn't. Lorenzo over Rossi is what we're getting told. I'm actually reading chat on the screen. I'm so far behind. Lorenzo's amazing, but he didn't have the full package like Rossi. I think Lorenzo was probably a better technical rider because he was so good, but I don't think he was as good as he didn't have it all as Rossi.
You rarely lead a race like in the like his pace sometimes was just untouchable, but then he worked sometimes.
He was flawed as well after the Aston crash in the wet. If there was changeable conditions, he literally might as well stay in the pit. Whereas Valentino wasn't great in mixed.
In
Tarmas?
2016, Bruno.
Was it Bruno?
You remember like how this?
Yeah.
They always post like Crutchlow like crossing line to win, because obviously it was like the first British win for years, and it's always like in the compilations and stuff. And like Lorenzo's behind him, and he's like a lap down. He's not even in P2.
It's mad. But yeah, he didn't have the full packs like Rossi in terms of he was never a great racer. He wasn't really. He seemed to get annoyed when people battled him. He was so arrogant in a way that he just didn't like it.
He wasn't too bad in the battle though. He did have some good battles.
Yeah, he wasn't as
he
bad.
He actually could dish it out. He wasn't like Stoneway. He just couldn't dish it back out. Like Lorenzo could actually overtake you if you overtook him.
Yeah.
It's just he preferred to lead from the front. Whereas Stoner really didn't like battling. He preferred he had to win from the front basically. Interesting news that is coming out. I heard rumours about it today, but it sounds like this could be last year of Dunlop tyres in Moto3 and Moto2.
Really?
Yep. So
really?
Apparently we're going to have an announcement tomorrow. It's going to be Pirelli from next year.
That changes a lot.
It does. That literally changes those classes completely.
Yeah, literally.
Maybe not so much Moto3 because I guess like the tyres are less significant because they're so small. But
yeah.
In Moto2, it's definitely going to change.
Huge in Moto2.
Yeah.
I think in equal conditions, Stoner was a bit stronger than Mark. I think in terms of pace, yes, but I think Mark, again, I break it down to you have Lorenzo and Stoner, which were just outright point A to point B, they could do that the fastest. Whereas Rossi and Marquez, point A to point B, they were fantastic, but everything in between, they were kings of it. They were kings of the little comments off the track, getting in people's head. They were so good at it. Mark is still quite good at it, as you can see, like Pecco and Mugello towed him onto the front row because he was on the track. He's still quite good at it.
I think as well, like, the thing is with Stoner and Lorenzo, they get to the front and then they just like bang out the quick laps for the whole race, whereas like Rossi and Marquez will get to a certain point in front, like they won't like on the limit anymore. Like, there's no point. They'll just they'll just take it. Also, those two, you can tell don't like winning races at the front as much. They prefer a battle.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong, right? But Lorenzo or Stoner never had a Phillip Island 2003 or a Valencia 2012.
Yeah, or like up until the crash, like Jerez 2020. Like they've never had races where they had damage over the field. I guess. Like they couldn't find more if they needed it.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the important thing. Like they had what they had, and some weekends that was enough to dominate. Like, to be fair, if you talk like 2007, there probably were some races where Stoner was like nearly that far up the road.
Yeah.
But like, I just thought Termas 19 as well for Marquez. He was miles in front there as well. It was like 12 seconds in front. But yeah, like I don't think they could have pulled out more. And I think it showed. I think that the races where they needed a bit more to beat a rival, they ended up on the floor. Yeah,
exactly.
Laguna, Bruno, like Laguna 08 for Stoner, like Bruno 2009 for Lorenzo. There's other instances as well. Like they had what they had.
Bruno 2009 is early cross. He touched the white line into turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, depending on which one you call the kink.
Yeah,
So
well, exactly. Anyway, like once they were put in a position where they needed to go a bit further to win the race, they crashed. Whereas Marquez and Rossi, if they needed to go a bit further to win the race, they win the race.
Yeah, they find it somehow.
Yeah.
This might be a bit naive question, but why do you think Vale went to car racing rather than World Superbike? As far as I know, in his car racing, he's still travelling around the world, so it can't be an easy retirement. He had a child. It's obviously still travelling around the world, but it's a lot more relaxed in the car racing. It's not as high of a level. I guarantee the physical aspect isn't as hard, as well as it's a bit more laid back. And I think I don't follow his car racing as much because it's not like Reese. I follow too much. I don't have enough time in the day to follow it. I still hear when he does well and it's great and stuff like that, but
he won, didn't he, the other week?
Yeah, I think as well he can have his family around him more there, and I think it's a bit just more relaxed environment. You need to remember as well, since 1996 the cameras have been following him. It's probably no harm for him to go away do a bit of car racing in his own time.
He's always wanted to do car racing too. I think that's also
that was a huge thing.
He decided in his head years ago that like when he finished MotoGP, he'd go do car racing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, to be honest, he wanted to be a Formula 1 driver as a kid. They just couldn't afford it. They couldn't afford to do karting, so they did mini moto instead. That's where the MotoGP love came from. And obviously, his father was a
Graziano.
MotoGP, but he, what was the equivalent to MotoGP at the time?
He was a 350 rider back in like.
Yeah, like he was in the Grand. He was a Grand Prix motorcycle racer basically. So he always wanted to do stuff. I don't think World Superbike's ever interested in like. And to be honest, I suppose also he probably knows that he goes across the World Superbike. He's probably still not going to win the championship. So what's the point? So.
Yeah, like I remember seeing a picture of Davi at Misano 21, and he was watching Toprak two-wheel drift it through Cremona, and he just it was rumored then he might go to Superbikes for a couple of years. You're going up against the best in the world on them bikes as well. Like it's not like when Ronaldo goes away to Saudi Arabia or Messi to America, where they can probably just take the piss and they're a million times better than them. You're going up against Johnny Ray, Toprak, Alvaro on a V4. You're still going up. The people you're going up against are no slouches. Like so, I think and Azel Reese makes the point that he always wanted to go four-wheel driving. Think about it, Dale. Suzuki, in my opinion, makes a shift in mentality among Japanese manufacturers, both because of economic crisis and because of the culture push to dominate the electric field. Yeah, they're all big about the electric and pulling out of racing and stuff, but I don't know. I think you can do both. I think you can have your electric division and you can have a race division. I think that's what you should be going for. I don't think you should go all eggs one basket kind of situation. Yeah, he tested the Ferrari in 2006. I believe he tested, from reading his book, he tested the first time ever at Monza 2004. I think that wasn't a public one though, because he drove in a Schumacher helmet, but it's still broke in the media because he got a phone call from his mother saying, "Where are you?" And he said he was somewhere, and then she's like, "I heard you're at Monza testing a Formula 1 car," and he's like, "Oh shit." But yeah, 2005, late 2005, early 06 is like where it was publicly put out that he was in it, that he had like the Rossi helmet.
He almost got the seat as well.
Yeah, there was, again, back then you don't know how good he was, but like a lot of people are thinking he could go straight into a Ferrari seat. But like he impressed the Ferrari and he impressed Schumacher, like, but you still like no matter what, a crossover is still a crossover. He's not going to go into a Ferrari and just beat Michael Schumacher, in my opinion, no matter how good he was. Bautista to replace Zarco, Rossi to replace Bautista. That would be pretty cool. Rossi on a V4. I'd like to see that. But I think he's riding now, and he's a Yamaha ambassador now these days. So he has literally signed his life away to Yamaha, unfortunately. Do I ride in real life? Currently not. I'm in the process of doing my license though. It's just painstakingly slow. Once I have my license fully done, I will have probably something for the road. I've ridden many times and I've had many bikes throughout my life, but currently none. Or super riders are so underrated, lol. They are beasts too. Yeah, they are. Will Zarco ever win? No. Simple answer. I don't see it happening.
You're gonna look really foolish when he wins on Sunday now.
Yeah, that is a possibility that he has an amazing weekend, but just too many people.
I think it can happen. I can't see like a particular race where like, oh, it'll happen, but
Yeah.
I always say he's finished second so many times. Like eventually, someone will crash on like the last lap and he'll win. Like just by the pure like probability, it's yeah.
Yeah, like there's no like he's
there'll
on
be a race where he's like
bike.
running at P3 miles off, and like Martin and like Bagnaia knock each other off.
Yeah, that could happen. Yeah. It's not completely out of the question, like, but
Probably not on pure pace though, which I guess is what you meant.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't see him rocking up in Misano and putting it on front row and winning the race. Like, I don't see him being able to do that. Not against the current grid. Who do you think would do better between Pedrosa and Bautista if they both wildcard at Misano? Pedrosa. Mainly because much better rider on his day than Bautista. He's currently always on that KTM, so he's more dialed in on the bike, knows the tyres better. Previous race winner twice at Misano in GP. Did he win in 07 when Rossi's bike went pop? That's Stoner. Anyway, can't remember, but he's definitely won there in 16. So yeah, I'd say Pedrosa. I think Rossi would have done pretty well on the Yamaha World Superbike. It was less physical than MotoGP, much better than the M1, and overall allows for a more classical rider, which Rossi prefers. Yeah, maybe. I just think it never really interested him. It's kind of like again, I make the football analogy. If you're playing for Real Madrid, you don't go play for like the second tier of Spanish football. You go and do something completely different. You go play in a completely different league in the other side of the world. I think that's what car racing was. He's still on a track hitting apex, he's just doing it a different way. Like when he retired, he was at sort of such an age that if he was to continue, he'd have to go learn a completely new ECU in World Superbikes, new tyres, new race format. It would take a couple of seasons before he would have been right at it, but then he's probably 44 then, like, and like as much as he was a god, like you can't expect him to go forever at that level. Silverstone last year was his best chance, 3 seconds in the lead, and yeah, he's had his chances. He should have won in his very first race. If he just turned it down a bit, he would have won that one. But yeah, went straight on. Bagnaia and Martin nearly hit each other last week, and that's all that needs to happen. That's exactly, like, you need just one bit of luck and you need to be in the right spot.
Because he was third behind them. Like, yeah, Martin messes up that pass, Zarco's race winner.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think about old Johnny Ray in MotoGP, like 2015, going to replace Pedrosa? I look at Johnny Ray as in I look at Cal Crutchlow. He made the switch, won a couple of races in GP, is known as a very, very well respected GP rider, but doesn't have any championships as much as Cal did, or as Johnny Ray did when his 6 World Superbike titles. I know Cal won BSB and stuff like that, and he didn't win anything in the world, did he? He didn't win any world championships there.
No, he didn't. I don't think he won the British Superbike Championship either.
Do you not?
I don't think so.
Anyway,
he won World. Did he win World Supersport?
Yeah, I have a feeling he has some sort of champion. That's maybe we're mixing Sam.
Sam definitely did. I can't remember. Cal might have been maybe a runner. I can't remember that much about Cal's career because I wasn't in Superbike at that time. I was quite young as well. So
yeah, I didn't follow.
I can't remember it. I mean, I was like 9 when he got into MotoGP, so yeah, I wasn't aware of like some probably barely knew. Well, I knew what World Superbike was, but I didn't really know about World Supersport and stuff, so
yeah,
I couldn't really tell you.
Is Agostini overrated? No, and simply because he can't be overrated because he was so much better than him back then. It's just back then the equipment was so uncompetitive for other people.
Yeah, I mean his bike was like about
a factory bike back then versus a
like
non-one,
ridiculous.
it would be just ridiculous.
But then he was also better than the other people in the
Yeah,
Augustus.
exactly.
So.
Yeah.
It's like the Bagnaia thing now. It's like the
Yeah.
Ducati, is way better than everybody else, but Bagnaia is better than the Ducati riders. So best riders
can't-
end up on the best bikes at the end of the day. Like, you can't knock him for who he was against.
Exactly. You beat who turns up on the day, like, and he did it more than most.
It's like Doohan's like run of form. Like, you could argue the people who's against weren't that strong.
Yeah.
Aside from maybe Biaggi, but
Gee.
for some reason he didn't really quite have it. Like, but it doesn't matter who you're against. Like, Doohan was like against some proper, 500 riders. It's just they happened to retire, but he probably would have beaten them anyway in that period.
Yeah, he
So
was
it's
coming into a strong patch.
It's like those titles that like Rossi won against like Gibernau and like those like Gibernau's obviously a fantastic rider, but it's not as good as like Lorenzo or whatever. But doesn't mean those titles are worth less than like the ones he won against
Yeah.
Lorenzo. It's tricky because like it's definitely a fair point to make, but
I can see why people think of, because someone just said he lapped the grid at times, but like he was just so much better than everyone else, so you can't say he's overrated because of that.
Yeah.
He just was that much better than everyone else. So, you have to. This is why like people also always get wrapped up in like, oh, Fangio was the best. No, it was Senna. No, it's Lewis. There's so many different areas there. They're nearly like different sports. You can't compete with each other and sort of put them together. Like sport has
this thing's
changed
got
so
so
much.
much more
Like,
professional. Like
yeah,
I remember this
exactly.
is weird. It's gonna be a weird comparison to make, but like I've seen online there's a clip of like the gymnastics like Olympics or something, the gold medal in like 1910. Like
It's
those
like jumping
basic
around.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you would get laughed at today. Like, but that was the level of the sport back then. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure those people that were doing that could have done more, but like that was what they had to do back then, so they did that.
Right, it's nearly 5 to 11, so we're going to start to round this up in the next couple of minutes. I'll answer a few more questions and then I'll go because my throat is getting dry. Also, did I miss a question there? Something about America. Why do you think, why guys do you think American racing sucks compared to Europe? I just mean producing riders, also manufacturers. You don't see many coming from the States. In terms of manufacturers, they just don't have interest in GP. GP costs so much. In terms of America, they just don't. They're for a while. What was Motor America called? MA Superbike was producing some very good riders. So we got Ben Spies, GP race winner.
Back in like the 90s and the 2000s, AMA was unbelievable. The money over there was amazing. The manufacturer support was amazing. Like there was some amazing riders like Hayden coming out of there, Speed. I imagine Edwards came from there originally.
Yeah, it did. They all would have came
Basically,
across. Yeah.
all those high-level American riders you used to have, and back in the olden days, like the 70s, 80s, like you had like riders like Kenny Senior, and you obviously had like Schwantz coming along, Rainey coming along, Lawson. Yeah, like there's so many Kaczynski. There was so many like American riders. Like they dominated it. They were like the Spanish today.
Yeah.
But it just. I think Americans just more into motocross. I think that's how.
Yeah, I think the interest
because they were all dirt trackers originally. You see, anyway.
Yeah.
So I
That's
think
what made
just
them
the
go
culture.
over here.
And America, as a culture as well, is more like I don't want to like say it wrong, but they care more about Americans. If that makes any more sense. Like all of their sports are very American, like American football. Like nobody else plays that. But like they have like the World Series in America. It's just American teams, and like the NBA. Like again, outside of America, people don't
Dip
really
to World Finals
care about
or something.
basketball. So like again, like the NBA like final stuff is just an American thing, and baseball and stuff like their main sports nobody else plays. It's just because they're such a big place. Like I guess they're like a continent, really, aren't they? Just
Literally.
a load of countries united. So
America's
almost-
its own world.
yeah, like they're very like not isolated from themselves, but because there's such a broad range of them, like they don't need to
Include
like,
us.
to go like, and because as well like motorcycling, like motorsport is more of a European thing, obviously in terms of the
MotoGP and Formula One, those kind of things. Obviously, I know America has its own very prestigious history, like NASCAR and IndyCar and stuff. But like, it's not worth them making the trek all the way to Europe. It's so expensive. It's so far. When if they want to get into it, they just get into motocross because it's massive in America. So I think that's a lot of the problem.
Does Fabio Di Giannantonio lose a seat to Arbolino? He definitely loses a seat to Arbolino. I do not know. I'm going to say yes. I do believe Arbolino will move up.
I think at the minute he's the best choice.
Yeah, I think what he's doing in Moto2 is just about worthy.
Yeah.
I think
even if he doesn't win the championship at the end of it.
Yeah, I think currently he's doing better
now. Is better than like Augusto Fernandez's was last year.
Yeah, and it's much better than whatever Digi did in a couple of years ago. Like
a one win and that's why.
Thereabout, yeah. What happened to Sam Lowes? He was so promising. Nothing really.
He kind of got shafted by Aprilia, really.
He got shafted by Aprilia, lost his confidence, then had a couple of years trying to relearn a Moto2 bike, ended up in a couple of teams that weren't really up to his level. Should have won in 2020, injury. 21, I think he had a bit of a hangover from that. And then he's kind of been hit or miss since, really, which is kind of what he's been through.
Again.
Yeah.
It's just because like there was a bit of a period of time where like the second rider at Aprilia was just getting battered. Like they weren't getting equal equipment and they weren't getting fair treatment and stuff like that. By the sounds of it, obviously it's all alleged, but you know it's like that. Like Aprilia now today is completely different from what Aprilia was back then. Let's make that clear. Like a lot of the people that were in place and causing those problems are gone. They've been long gone. But
and still success.
Yeah. Just like basically got like completely screwed. But basically after like about 3 rounds, he's already out, and he just kept crashing the bike and things like that. And
it was also a terrible bike.
Yeah, it was also terrible. Like it wasn't an easy bike for a rookie to learn or anything like that. Like yeah. So and then once you've been in MotoGP and dropped out, you don't get back in. Really.
Yeah,
it's rare. Like you get the odd rider like Elias and stuff like that. He's like my main probably example, but it just doesn't really happen. Like Darren Binder, like he's never gonna get back in MotoGP.
No,
it's a similar situation really. He got moved up by a team that he was already with in a lower category. Had a pretty bad bike. In fairness, Darren Binder actually didn't do that bad of a job, but by the end of the season, he did start crashing a lot again. And I don't think he got treated unfairly, I guess, but
he made a good go of it, and I'm liking him in Moto2. He just had a couple of rounds.
I don't think he will. I mean, I could be proven wrong, but usually once you had your chance and they've seen that they don't think you're that great, and also you're getting older every year as well. Yeah. There's always the next up and coming guy, and I think as well. Also, whilst there was Cal Crutchlow in MotoGP, which for a lot of that time there was no need to put another British guy in there, so there's nothing to push them to put loads in there. But he never really lost his form. Like he still does as good in Moto2. I mean, I know he's a bit hit and miss in Moto2, but then the field is higher and stuff. But then he was always a bit hit and miss anyway, in it. So.
Right, chat. We've hit the 3-hour mark. I'm fit for bed. I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you for the Q&A for the last 40 minutes or whatever it's been.
It's been fun.
It has been fun, actually, yeah.
I feel like I'd just kill in your stream and just like start answering other questions, but
that's what we're here for. Most of the questions were directed to both of us, like.
Yeah. I know. I'm here every week. If they didn't like it, they wouldn't be coming back every week. Like someone clicks on, it's like, oh, that guy's here again. It's like, off they go.
Dislike, click away. Watch time 0.
Yeah, so we'll have to watch every time I join the Discord call, see how many the views falls by.
Yeah, right. Well, there's an argument in chat going on between two people. I'm going to end it there. Love you all. Thank you for tuning in. I will be live again in 2 days' time for the final of the World Superbike Championship on Jibberbags. Right. Love you all. Thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been fun. Catch you in the next one.